This is the Preston Indians pregame show. Coming up, we'll take a look at tonight's game. We'll hear from the coach and look at the pregame stats, all leading up to tonight's action. You're listening to live coverage of the Preston Indians on 105.5 FM, AM 1340, and mylocalradio.com.
And a very pleasant good evening, everybody, as we welcome you here to another night of Preston football. It is homecoming tonight as the Preston Indians will play host to the Bonneville Bees. Dan Hubbard along with John Slaughter, glad to have you with us here this evening as we get ready for tonight's game. As we'll coming up in the next 25 minutes or so, we'll talk to the head coach, Eric Thorson. And being homecoming, thought it'd be fun to talk to someone who's actually alum here, is connected to the sports program here at Preston High School. We'll talk to the athletic director, Brent Knapp, coming up in just a little bit as well. Tonight's opponent is the Bonneville Bees, as they come in with a 1-3 record. Preston is 3-1 on the season, having won their third straight game last time out when they beat Century. As they'll go looking for win number 4 in a row tonight. As we mentioned, Bonneville was a loser last week against Hillcrest. They lost by 7 points. And in fact, they come in with a 1-3 mark so far on the year. For Bonneville, against Bonneville all time, Preston and Bonneville have met 11 times going back to 2004. The Bees have won 8 of the previous 11 games played in recent years, including last year's 26-10 victory at Bonneville against the Preston Indians. The Bees also have won the last 4 meetings in a row and 5 of the last 6 overall. Last time you find a dime when Preston beat Bonneville, you've got to go all the way back to 2010. John Slaughter, you were with us last week at the game against Century. That was an outstanding performance by the Indians.
Yes, that's like a car running on all cylinders last week. As the Indians played well. They buckled down on defense when they had to. They got some big plays. I mean, like I said, last week's game was a number of big plays going on. 60, 70, 80-yard plays.
Right.
You know, they were big and very helpful for the Indians. Tonight is just exciting. I can just, not only is it homecoming, which is always fun because of the activities going on, but just because of the track record we have right now this year and these kids and the way they're playing, you see their hearts into it, and it makes it exciting for the fans to come out and see this game or listen to it on the radio. If I were not here, I would definitely be listening to it on or watching it on the internet.
Right. So last week in the game against Century, Ty Hyde turned in his second highest career performance, throwing for 335 yards. And also it was Andrew Iverson who had a big night as well. He carried the ball a total of 21 times for 137 yards in the win last week here against Century. So tonight, a little bit different look. We'll talk about that coming up in just a minute. Let's talk about the 3-game winning streak. Of course, Preston, you have to go back to 2014. So here's the last time they won 3 in a row. Here's the question for you. When's the last time Preston won 4 in a row?
4 in a row, that had to have been their good season that they actually got to the playoffs, somewhere around 2010.
That's exactly when it was. It was 2010. They beat Pocatello, they beat Madison, they won at Century, and then they beat Twin Falls. And the common denominator of all 4 of those wins is Preston scored 40 or more points in each of those games as well. So that was all the way back in the 2010 season. Might be a little bit more of a difficult assignment tonight, as the breaking news, if you haven't heard, is that the Indians will be without Scott Dunn tonight. He is going to be inactive as he suffered a concussion in the win over Century last week. He told me it happened during the third quarter, but I asked him later, I said, but you didn't seem to have any problems on that 75-yard touchdown pass late in the fourth to seal the win. But he said, no, I really started to feel it when he got home, and he kind of remembers getting his bell rung late in the third quarter, and that's what he traces it back to.
Yeah, I had that same thing happen to my grandson this last Saturday. He was playing football, and quite a large kid on the opposite team come and hit him helmet to helmet. Come down and he went to tackle him, and he was fine after that. He cried, a little bit. He's only 12 years old, but cried a little bit. But then, a little bit later on is when we noticed that we needed to have him checked out. Yep. It wasn't until hours after.
So Scott remains in concussion protocol. He's inactive tonight. He'll be reevaluated at the beginning of next week to see if he'll be able to play coming up 1 week from tonight when Preston will travel to Minico to take on the Spartans. So we'll take a timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the first of our interviews. We'll visit with the head coach. Eric Thorson will be our guest coming up right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
As one of the region's most visited websites, mylocalradio.com is here to serve you. Catch up on local and regional news and information. Buy, sell, or trade your good used items on the radio classifieds. Stream your favorite music all day, every day, or catch our live coverage of your high school teams in action, all on mylocalradio.com. Like us on Facebook so you never miss a giveaway, and visit mylocalradio.com today to stream it all live.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome back to the pregame show on this homecoming Friday night. We'll spend a few minutes with head coach Eric Thorson before the game here this evening on this Friday night. Looking back to last week, big win for you guys against Century. You have to be happy.
Yeah, that was, a big one for Preston, for the community, for the program, and most importantly for the kids.
I don't know if you realize it or not, but you've won 3 games in a row now, and it's been a while since Preston High School has done that.
I wish you wouldn't bring that stuff up. We, obviously, but that is exciting, of course. Again, it's some of the results of the hard work the players have put in are being realized, and we just want to keep going.
Big night out of Ty Hyde throwing the ball.
Yeah, Ty is a special player. I don't think I'm ever going to have a kid. I don't think I'll ever coach a player again that can throw for 335 yards and then come and play nose on a 3-man front defense. Just a very unique player. But, the reason he's quarterback, it's his leadership. It's his desire to win that those players, that everybody kind of follows behind. And he performed well.
We've talked about it a little bit in the past, but you have to be impressed with where he's come from a year ago to where he's at now.
Oh, yeah. And we knew that learning curve was going to be there. We knew he would make some silly mistakes. And he still makes some silly mistakes. The kind of mistakes you make if you've only been quarterback for a year. There's so many dynamics to that position that I don't know that you don't know until you play it. But he's definitely still improving. I would argue, I think right now, I'm not sure where he's at, but he's pretty high in passing yards. And but I would just say his best football, I would think his best football is still ahead of him.
Talk to me a little bit about Andrew Iverson and what he means to this team.
Oh, well, I just another special young man. I've said before, pound for pound, he's the toughest kid I've ever met. And his ability to give us that downhill dimension, no matter how many people they put in the box, has been really the key to our success. We can fling the ball around the way Ty does, and his flashy stats. Andrew Iverson's putting up about 130 a game. That's not enough to make everybody sit, go wow. But when it's so consistent, so rock solid, coaches have to respect it, and it's a dimension of our game that's I don't know the right word, but basically a necessity to success.
Any idea in mind what kind of changes you're going to have to come up with without Scott Dunn this week?
Well, Yeah, as far as personnel, we have some players that that are trying to fight for some time on the field. So those players will have that opportunity this week. We have some juniors that we utilize them already. Justin Inglet, Tay Green. We have Caden Barnard that's been in and out of starting at corner positions. So on the defense, we're feeling really good. Offensively, we still have some weapons, but a few players are really going to have to step up this week. And but I have faith in them. I know they can do it. I'll be looking to Gordon Knapp, to Garrett Ward, to Cole Harris, obviously, that they've performed here and there. And I would say that some of the reason we see them isn't because they don't perform, it's because we're giving opportunity to Scotty. So here's an opportunity for them to get a little more spotlight, but we do expect him to step up.
Cole Harris has had a couple of big catches in key moments in games so far this year too.
Oh yeah, what a wonderful addition to our program, and he's the kind of young man that you want to have in your home. He's a great example of people around him. He's always motivated, positive, and speaks with his actions. So yeah, just couldn't say enough about him. Looking forward to having him this year, and of course he's just a junior, so just a great leader.
Thanks for your time. Good luck on homecoming.
Oh, thank you, and thank you for covering us.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Kasasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Kasasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Kasasa? We're glad you asked that. Kasasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Kasasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Kasasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business.
Here we go.
Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level, with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Why do
I drink milk.
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back to the pregame show on this homecoming Friday night. We'll spend a few minutes with head coach Eric Thorson before the game here this evening.
Welcome back to the pregame show on this homecoming Friday night. Thought it'd be kind of fun to have an alum of Preston High School on the pregame show with us, and someone who's connected with the sports program. And that, of course, is the athletic director, Brent Knapp, our guest here on the pregame show. Now, you grew up in the area, and you went here to Preston. What was it like going to Preston all those years ago?
Well, I really grew up. I had older brothers, and so I followed the programs, going through grade school, and so I was really excited to get into high school and to be a part of it, and have really fond memories of those years here. And I didn't always think that I would be here at this point, but glad to be here, and it's continues to be exciting. I enjoy it.
You're assistant coach in the football team, JV coach basketball. What sports did you play when you went here?
Well, those were my sports. I ran a little bit of track, and then baseball came back to Preston when I was in high school, and so I played 1 year of baseball as well. But football and basketball were my loves.
Now, as athletic director, obviously it's going to keep you busy. I know you said you had a meeting next week you got to go to, so you're running around the state almost as much as I am. Are you enjoying being the AD and in charge of all the athletics here?
I do. It is. There's some days where it gets really busy, and then there's obviously some travel involved. But I enjoy being around the kids. I teach too, and so I'm familiar with that, and I just enjoy being around them. And so this is just a chance to see them outside of the classroom and get to know their personalities a little bit better, and it's a lot of fun.
What's it like watching your kids go up through the athletic programs here, and even a nephew here as well?
I do have a little bit of family. I had a couple girls that have graduated and gone through, and now having a boy in the program that's one of the younger boys. But it's fun, and I think I watch him and remember when I was at that age and the kids that I was watching and following, and so it brings back some good memories.
Brent Knapp, the athletic director of Preston High School, our guest here on the pregame show. Let's turn the page here a little bit and talk about some of the things going on now. Of course, the basketball program the last few years has been going great guns.
Well, we've been fortunate to have both some good coaches and some good kids, and so obviously that helps any program when you have that combination. That's always our goal. That's what we're trying to do. That's what we want all the programs to do. And when we have opportunities, we're always trying to get the best people we can, because we feel like we have good kids and that we can be competitive in all of our sports.
Volleyball program last night picked up their 10th match win of the year. That's a number they haven't had for a while.
It has been a while, and it's exciting, and you see the excitement in the kids just around school. You see the excitement, just in general of the student body wanting to be a part of that too. And I think that's something that's always been here that I can remember, is the people in our community have really been great to support those programs, and when they're winning like that, you see the people come and watch, and they enjoy it as well.
Looking for a good turnout tonight for homecoming?
It is. It's a little bit, we're kind of in between storms, so it's a little better weather than what we had last week, but I think we've generated some excitement, and I would expect the people to come out tonight and see a good game.
We appreciate your time. Thanks for all you do. Thanks for all the hard work, and thanks for the visit.
Thank you. I appreciate all the work you do for Preston High School as well.
Brent Newcomb, the athletic director here at the high school, our guest. Take a time out. Back with more on the pregame show right after this.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.
Football season is back. Reignite your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
The Aggies return home this Saturday as they host Colorado State. Pregame is at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. The kickoff is at 5:30.
Follow the Aggies all season long on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH Preston, Cache Valley's home for Utah State Athletics.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Welcome back here. Other games going on tonight around the Great Basin 10. Burley will be at Century. Minico takes on Jerome. Mountain Home will play at Kimberly tonight. Pocatello will play at Shelley, and Canyon Ridge will take on Twin Falls. We now invite you to stay tuned for all the excitement of Preston Indians football. It's coming up just around the corner. The opening kickoff is next.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
It's the end of a long day, and your feet are tired, or are you running behind schedule? But you need milk and eggs. You don't want to have to walk clear to the back of the store to get a gallon of milk and a dozen eggs. I suspect we all can relate to both of those stories. The great news is that this problem has been solved by Stokes Market in Preston with a recently installed new cold case right near the front door. If you just need a gallon of milk or some eggs, you can find them right inside the front door. Visit Stokes Market today in Preston.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
In business for almost 70 years, Valley Implement has been serving customers with integrity, personalized service, and accountability for generations. Their mission is to contribute to agriculture and the agricultural way of life. When it comes to irrigation, equipment, attachments, parts and service, and precision farming, Valley Implement in Preston is here to work for you. Visit them today, 213 West 8th North, Preston. Valley Implement, all things agriculture.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at MyLocalRadio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is Preston High School football. The Indians hit the gridiron looking to bring home a Great Basin 10 title and make a run for a berth in the state playoffs. All the excitement of Preston football is brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Ralph's Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community right here in Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metal into cash. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Tonight's game is a presentation of Preston Broadcasting, LLC, and is made possible through an agreement between Preston High School Athletics and Preston Broadcasting. It's presented for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or use of the descriptions or account of this game without the express written consent of Preston Broadcasting, LLC is strictly prohibited.
And we welcome you once again here to Preston High School tonight as the Preston Indians take on the Bonneville Bees. Dan Hubbard along with John Slaughter. Glad to have you with us. It's homecoming night, John. Pomp and circumstance over. Game ball delivered via helicopter. It's time to play.
Fireworks and everything else going off. Yeah, it is exciting. The air is filled. We got stands full. Got a full student body, parents, friends, those from the neighborhood. Glad to have you, but we're also glad to have those that are listening in. Yeah, total excitement. Preston's going to kick off, and we'll get this thing going in a couple of seconds here.
Yep, the one streak, we talked about winning 4 games in a row. It remains a possibility tonight. The one streak that remains intact is they won the coin flip for the 5th straight week, and for the 4th time in a row, they've deferred, so they'll kick off. Isaiah Smith will set up. He'll kick off. 3 players back deep here for Bonneville. As you look across your screen, Brinson Casper is the closest man. The man in the middle is Colton Rinschneider, as that's going to go all the way deep, and it'll go all the way back into the end zone, as that is Rinschneider, who just watched it bounce in there. So it's a touchback. It'll come out to the 20, and that's where the offense here for the Bonneville Bees will go to work. Bonneville's 1-3. They've won as one game on the year. That came against Canyon Ridge in week 2. They beat Canyon Ridge 22-6.
Canyon Ridge gave us a good game, made it close, and if you look at all the scores that they've had, they have not lost by more than 14 points. I think was the farthest one apart, farthest distance they've been beat by.
Quarterback tonight for the Bees is Jordan Perez, the senior. Single setback behind him. They'll go 2 wides to each side. Inside handoff is snuffed out as Connor Schaefer makes the tackle, as it was Taven Lords with the carry.
Okay, it looks like they've got Connor there in the in place of Dunn in his spot.
Yeah, in case you weren't with us in the beginning, Scott Dunn not in uniform tonight, suffered a concussion in the game last week, so he's inactive and remains in concussion protocol, as it's 2nd down and 7 coming up. Toss again to Lords. He's coming left, tries to get around the corner, does. Garrett Ward makes the tackle from behind, but not until he picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, that was a good run. They power sweep off to the left side. Preston a little slow getting over there, but yeah, that was a good play by the Bees.
So 1st and 10. 11-yard gain on the play for Lords. Lords remains in the backfield. The other man back there with him is Colton Reifschneider. Pro set. They toss to Reifschneider. He's going right, trying to keep the ball on the ground. Breaks a tackle, gets across the 40 up to the 43.
Very close to a 1st down. It depends on where they mark it. They'll look at it. Might be just a hair short. Well, they're going to give it to him. So another 1st down, so 2 good. Actually, they've keeping the ball on the ground, but 3 good running plays in a row, and that have created some yardage for the Bees.
10-yard gain, back-to-back 1st downs. 1st and 10 from the Bonneville 44. Again, they'll go 2 tight ends this time. Pro set and Preston jumps.
Yeah, hard count by the quarterback. They're going to try and keep the Indians on their heels today, because that's one of the things. They come close in the 4th quarter. They seem to be very strong. So they're going to try and keep this game close and use up a lot of clock.
So 1st and 5 from the 49 now as they move it up 5 yards. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Lords the lone setback. And they'll give it to Lords, kind of tippy-toes his way up near the line of scrimmage and then pound it back. He's going to lose a couple of yards. And it's going to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, he lost a yard on that play, but he broke a tackle in the meanwhile. But he was hit hard, bounced out of that tackle, and then came forward to gain back a yard after it would have been a loss of 3 on the 1st tackle.
They've kept the ball on the ground exclusively thus far, as Perez has yet to throw it, although finds himself in a little more of a passing situation here. Proset behind him. They'll toss it again to Lords. Again, he's going to try to come left. Trying to stretch it out as the Preston defense gets across the 50-yard line. He's knocked out of bounds at the 49. Coming up to make the tackle and running him out of bounds was Caden Barnard. He'll be short. It'll bring up 3rd and 3.
Yeah, that option that they're running out there to pitch out is working for them. They're getting good blocking. Downfield, their front line's doing a great job blocking.
See if they go to the pass this time or they try to run it. They go 3 receivers right. Tight end is to the left. Single setback is Lords. Out of the shotgun is Perez. He wants to throw. The lefty looks, throws underneath, and it's caught. He has first down distance, but there's a penalty flag back here in the backfield. That's right where it normally would be holding, and it is.
Holding against the Bees. Unfortunately, that was a good pass. So he's really, does that negate the completion on a penalty?
Yes, it will.
So that would have been almost perfect so far.
Offensive holding will be a 10-yard walk-off, and it'll be 3rd down again. And it'll be 3rd down and what's a spot foul, so it's going to cost them a lot. Ball all the way back to the 35.
Yeah,
so it's almost 3rd down and 20.
3rd down and 19 anyway.
So now it is a passing situation, and Perez will definitely line up in a shotgun. This time they go 3 receivers left. Lord's back there with him. He wants to look again, throwing over the middle. He's got a man open, but it's short. Tried to get it to Renschneider, and just on a bounce, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Renschneider had a shot at it, but it did bounce before it got into his arms, and he knew it, so he let it go.
So here's the 4th down. On to punt here is Braxton Sorensen, the junior.
Isaiah Smith deep for the Indians.
Isaiah Smith, of course, replaced Scott Dunn, who's not in the lineup tonight. Ball's kind of hooked left, or right rather. It's going to roll over near the sidelines and roll dead at the 32, and that's where the Preston offense will come onto the field. So a pretty good start for the Bees offense, and then the penalty kind of killed the drive.
Yeah, they probably had close to 30 yards just on that first initial drive, which is also always a good momentum for a team. So now the Indians will have to counter that with a good offensive output.
So 1st and 10, here comes the Preston offense onto the field for the first time. Ty Hyde, who threw for 335 yards last week. Ty 17 of 23, and of those 335 yards, 4 of those receptions went for touchdowns. He fakes inside, little draw play, that goes to Iverson. Iverson gets across the 35. They're going to mark it at the 36. That'll be a good game. Call it 4 for Iverson. 2nd down and about 6 here for Preston. They'll run the hurry up. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. They'll give it to Iverson, and again, and the linebackers sniffed that out, and he came up and made the play almost immediately.
Yeah, Iverson didn't even have a chance to turn upfield. Number, was it 24? No, 2.
Wrecker Breck, the first man there. So he'll lose 6 on the play. 3rd down here for the Indians, and 12.
Got single coverage on the left side.
They show blitz, and now they jump off sides.
That'll bring 5 yards back to the Indians.
Kai Howell, 24, is the man who jumped off sides. Howell, when the team comes out to do the calisthenics before the game, very interesting what he did. They're lining up, and they're waiting for something to happen to really get things going calisthenic-wise. And what happens is Howell does a backflip as the throw is going to be a short on a bounce. It goes to Harris, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I think the intended receiver was Knapp Garrett Ward, but it went over his head and almost into the arms of Harris, but it was quite low.
So Smith on to punt here. Waiting for one more person to come on. The late arrival is Tate Rawlings. As the bad snap, Smith's got to go back and field it almost like a punt himself. Gets it away. It's going to come down to Reifsnyder, who's going to chance it. Runs right through a crowd. Now he's loose down the sidelines. Iverson's there. Here comes a penalty flag in from deep behind the play. Iverson able to drag him down and force him out of bounds. But what's the flag? As the referee threw it about 40 yards.
Illegal block downfield, I think.
It's against the Bees. Not sure I know what that signal is. Is that a crackback?
No, crackback is back here. So
whatever the signal is, it's going to be against Bonneville, and it's going to cost them. They've been their own worst enemy so far, as they'll push the ball back 10 yards all the way back to the 30-yard line.
They're moving the ball really well, though, but yeah, those penalties can hurt you.
That's 3 flags for 25 yards against Bonneville so far. And here we go, 1st and 10 from their own 30. 2 receivers to either side. Lords is the single setback. Tight end right. As Perez steps up under center. Gives it to Lords, and right there immediately to bring him down as Rawlings is the first man there to get him.
That was a great job by Rawlings. He blitzed through the line and picked him up right after the handoff. So great play by Rawlings.
So Tate able to shoot the gap and make the tackle. Loss of 2, 2nd down and 12. The wins this year for Bonneville, they as we said, they beat Canyon Ridge. The games they lost after this play, Perez wants to throw, and it's going to be too wide. They try to get it to Howell, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 12. The games that they lost on opening night to Thunder Ridge. They lost to Blackfoot 21-14, and then they lost what they call the Civil War against their crosstown rival up there in
Hillcrest,
in Idaho Falls. They lost to Hillcrest 20-13 a week ago. But like you said, John, right off the top, all the games they've lost have been close. They haven't lost by more than 7 this year. Again, 3 receivers left. They moves Lords over to his left side here on the 3rd down play. Looking, dropping back. Now he wants to roll left. Now he's in trouble, and they got him all the way back to the 20.
Another great job by Tate Rawlings and Isaiah Smith, and even Ty was in there.
So the loss of 7 yards all the way back to the 20, and it's 4th down here again. Here's the snap, pretty good. End over end punt. It's going to hit right at midfield, and they're going to let it go as Iverson is the man for returning punts as that rolls all the way back across the 35, and the Preston offense again will come back out on the field here.
Smart decision by Iverson to let that go, because there was a man ready to take him. As if he'd have caught that ball, he could have called for a fair catch, but
6 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Neither team has able to dent the scoreboard thus far, as Ty will bring the Preston offense back out onto the field for the 2nd time here tonight.
A little bit of a slow start. Ty will try to speed things up here. Probably a quick pass in the middle.
Kind of a swarm formation. Two people in the slot, 2 wide receivers, and a lone setback. They're going to give it to Iverson straight ahead. And no, it's Isaiah Smith. Bounces it outside. Gets up to the 42.
Yeah, nice 7-yard gain by Isaiah Smith as he turned up. It was kind of a fake as they went into the line. We thought it was Iverson also, but Isaiah Smith got it and was able to get 7 yards out of it.
Interesting play. Little misdirection in the backfield. As this time they'll go back to their more normal formation with 2 men in the backfield. They'll give it to Iverson. He runs right into a crowd. Probably will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He won't. He'll lose a yard.
Yeah, he had nowhere to go that time. In fact, he ran into his own man, ran into the tackle there, number 50, as he tried to come through the line. And, yeah, they were able to wrap him up and take him down. A loss of about 1.5 yards, 2 yards.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4 here. Ty 0 for 1 throwing so far here in the first quarter. Wants to pass, throws out to the far side, and it's picked off. Going up to get it and coming down right at the 49-yard line of Preston. High pointing the ball was Braxton Sorensen for the interception.
Yeah, that Ty was just not able to get the ball, the amount on the ball that he normally does. That went right to the hands of the Bonneville defender.
So for Ty, that's his 7th interception on the year. So the turnover, the ball goes back over to Bonneville, 1st and 10. They start in plus territory from the Preston 49. 4:51 to play here in the first. We're scoreless thus far. Perez wants to throw, has to roll. They got him and they drag him down in the backfield. And once again, it's Tate Rawlings on the sack all the way back to the 42.
Yeah, that's 3 good plays. And Tate, just on defense this last 2 series, he's playing excellent. Finding the hole in the line and blitzing through there, doing a great job.
So that's a 10-yard loss. It's 2nd down and 20. They go 5 wides this time. Perez wants to throw right and throws too tall. Branson Casper, the intended receiver, was over his head, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and long. So far, Perez 0 for 2 trying to throw. The one pass that he did complete was brought back on a holding penalty. So they'll send 2 receivers right, tight end right. Lord's the single setback, and Reifschneider is out here on the left side as well. So 3 receivers and another penalty. This is going to be an illegal motion penalty as Trevor Herringfield started just a heartbeat too early.
Yep. Pulled back to block. Come off the line to block.
So it pushes it back 5 more. 3rd down and about 25 now. They'll go pretty much the same formation here. As out of the shotgun, Perez has it. 3-step drop. He's going to go deep down the middle. There's Reifschneider, but it's overthrown. Bonneville is now 0 for 4 on 3rd down attempts here so far here in the first quarter. 4:10 to play in the first as the clock stops on the incomplete pass. In fact, the only pass that's been caught so far that actually counted was the interception.
The one with the, yeah, true. Well, there was one caught, but it was brought back. Wasn't it?
Yes.
Wasn't that a pass? Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't count because of the holding penalty.
Right.
So here's Sorensen to punt for the 3rd time. This one's off the side of his foot, comes over by the Preston bench, hits it about the 40, and still kind of rolling toward the sideline, and it's down to about the 37-yard line. 4:01 to play here in the first. We're scoreless thus far as the Preston offense will come back out on the field as they come out for the 3rd time.
Again, both teams are showing great defense as they're stopping the run now and making big plays. Tate Green for the Indians and number 24. Who's 24?
Austin Ward.
Austin Ward. Or no, for Bonneville.
Oh, for them.
I don't have my sheet with me. So
that's Kai Howell. So here's Ty wants to throw. Look out, the blitzing linebackers got him. Before he can really even hardly take a step, as busting through the line was Diego Cortez to make the tackle. So Preston finds himself in 2nd and long here already after the sack. That's an 8-yard loss. 2nd down and 18 coming up here. 3 receivers left. Iverson also stands on Ty's left shoulder. Austin Ward out here to the right side. He's the lone receiver out there. Iverson now jumps across and he stands on the right shoulder of Hyde. They throw underneath. It's complete. It goes to Smith. Smith gets past the original line of scrimmage across the 40. Still on his feet. Has the 1st down and gets across midfield.
Great call by Coach Larson, because Isaiah Smith, that's the first time he's been out for a pass, but he was able to catch that and go up the field with some great blocking.
So he caught one last week for 14 yards. This one goes for 19 on a first down right at the midfield stripe. That's the first down of the night for the Indian offense. They go 3 receivers right. Ty again wants to throw. Throws underneath as it comes out here. That's caught by Harris. Harris still on his feet. Gets up to the 40. Close to another first down.
If he hadn't have been shoved there by number 2, we have a number on him. The name Riker Beck was able to push him from behind, which made him lose his balance and go down. Otherwise, I think he'd have been gone.
That's a 9-yard gain on the completion. 2nd down and 1. 2 receivers to either side. Iverson alone setback. They'll give it to Iverson. He has the first down. Gets up to the 42. Check that, the 37, I should say. Got to be a gain of 4 for Andrew. And another first down here for the Indians. Clock still running. 2:05 to play here in a scoreless first quarter. So Preston's won 3 in a row, looking to do something they haven't done since 2010. Win a 4th straight. If you weren't with us on the pregame show, I found out the hard way that Coach Iverson is a bit superstitious. As Ty wants to throw. Throws underneath. That goes to Harris. Harris tries to get around one man, and he'll get back near the line of scrimmage. But it may just be a little bit short. In fact, he is. He's going to lose a yard and bring up 2nd down and 11.
Harris should have taken off upfield just a little bit quicker because Ty Hyde threw him just a little bit out in front of him, and his balance was down, so had he been able to keep his feet under him, maybe more yards.
Yeah, the Bees defense did a good job stringing it out, where you're right. Harris would have probably been better off just turning it upfield and going north and south and taking what he could get. 2nd down and 11 here. 1:10 to play in the quarter. Out of the shotgun, high roll. Ty rolls right. The throw is intercepted for the 2nd time as this one's picked off by Dylan Virgil.
I think there was some miscommunication because that Isaiah Smith was further downfield than what Ty was going to hit him at, and threw it right into the arms of a B.
So Virgil picks it off. He's the son of the coach. So 1st and 10 again here for the Bees. 2nd turnover of the quarter for the Indians as Ty's thrown 2 interceptions. The toss goes right. This is Reifschneider, and he's strung out and knocked down, put his knee down, and that's going to be a loss of yardage. Even though he didn't go all the way down, his knee did touch the ground, so he was down.
Yeah, he thought he hadn't touched, and he got up, started running. But once you hear the whistle, you might as well stop, because even if it's an inadvertent, it still comes back.
Loss of a couple of yards. 2nd down and 12. 33 seconds to go in the quarter. More than likely, this should be the last play of the quarter. As they'll toss it again. Reifschneider coming left this time. He's got a man out in front of him and then slips trying to go across the 25. He'll pick up a couple of yards, but it's still going to bring up 3rd down and long when we go to the 4th quarter, or to the 2nd quarter. So we bring up 3rd down, as I don't think they're going to try to run a play. They won't, as Jordan Perez starts to make his way toward the sideline. So we'll go to the 2nd after a scoreless first quarter here, as after 1, it's Preston nothing and Bonneville nothing.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
Football season is back. Reignite your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
The Aggies return home this Saturday as they host Colorado State. Pregame is at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. The kickoff is at 5:30.
Follow the Aggies all season long on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH Preston, Cache Valley's home for Utah State Athletics.
Webb Funeral Home, established in Preston in 1925, has served the needs of Franklin County families and their neighbors for several generations. Now in their modern new full-service facilities just off Highway 91 south of Preston, Webb Funeral Home continues to offer caring and professional services to all residents of the area in their time of need. Funeral directors Douglas Webb, Ron Smaley, and Jordan Webb, along with aftercare specialist Jody Rasmussen, thank you for your trust in them and welcome your questions and concerns anytime. A message from your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH.
We'll move to the second quarter, scoreless after one, as the two teams switch ends. And Bonneville will come out and look at a 3rd down and 9 to start here in the second quarter. They were 0 for 4, John, on 3rd down attempts in the first.
First quarter, yeah. That's both teams are kind of struggling. You know, their defenses are standing strong, but both offenses are struggling.
Perez wants to throw. Looking over the middle, he's going to go deep, and it's intercepted. As it's picked off there, it's Isaiah Smith gets back to the 50 and then falls down to 49.
Turnabout's fair play as Preston was able to step in front of that one. Again, the quarterback, Perez, threw that in a crowd. There was like 3 or 4 blue jerseys right in the middle of 1B. So sometimes you force that downfield, and that's what happens.
So a good takeaway there by the Indians. They get the ball back, and they too this time will start in plus territory for the first time, as they'll start at the Bees 49. Saw Ty talking with Coach Thorson during the between quarters, as he was talking about where exactly Ty was trying to throw the ball and fit it in. Let's see what happens here after the little chat. 1st and 10. Fake to Iverson, roll right, gets a good block from behind, throws underneath, it's complete. Garrett Ward hands it up to the 30, knocked out of bounds at about the 23.
Nice roll out by Ty, and there was one of the differences. In the past, we've seen him throwing crossbody. He was rolling out to the right, and through that right, was able to plant that front foot for a great pass and rock catch.
That's a gain of 26 and a 1st down. Nice catch by Garrett in the open space. Ty wants to throw again. Swings it out to Iverson. Almost got away from him. He's able to corral it and now struggle forward, still on his feet. And finally they stand him up as he gets forward to about the 24.
Yeah, gain of maybe 1, 2.
Give Iverson a yard on the catch. His first catch of the night. 2nd down and 9. As Ty stands and looks over toward the sideline as the coaches signal the play in. 2nd down and 9 from the Bees 24. Ty out of the shotgun. Iverson stands on his right side. Wants to throw again. Throws underneath this time as it goes to underneath
Garrett.
To
Harris.
To Harris. Harris able to pick up about 4 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 5. So for Preston, here's their 3rd attempt at a 3rd down conversion. Ty's going to roll right, still going, now throws underneath and throws low, down around the ankles of Mason Thompson, but it was incomplete. And they come up short on the 3rd down attempt. Brings up 4th down here. 4th and 4 from about the 20-yard line.
Definitely 4-down territory here.
They're going to go for it. In fact, they're going to empty the backfield. 5 receivers into the pattern here for Preston. Ty looking. Now he wants to throw. Nope, he pulls it back down. He's going to run. Now he wants to throw. Nope, he pump fake. Now throws for the end zone. Too tall.
It's a little bit too high. Intended for 16. 10, that was for Garrett Ward.
So Ty throws back-to-back incomplete passes, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Ty so far tonight, 5 of 8 for 57 yards, but couldn't hit the one big completion when he needed it. So 1st and 10 here again for Bonneville, as Jordan Perez, who threw an interception last time they had the ball, comes back out on the field. Perez will go up under center. 2 receivers left, single receiver right. Lords in the backfield. Perez gives it to Lords, spins out of a tackle, and then he gets across to about the 23 and brought down there.
First man to try and make the tackle was can't catch his number here.
Mason Thompson was 88.
Thompson. Yeah, Thompson. He had a hold of him, but he tried to get the ball instead of making the tackle.
1 yard gain, 2nd down and 9. The Bees will empty the backfield this time. 3 receivers left, and they motion left. Lords has it. Good job by the Preston defense to string it out. Lords are going to have another short game, maybe a couple of yards, and it's going to bring up another 3rd down and long situation. Give Lords 3 on the play, and it's 3rd down and 6 here for the Indians.
For the Bees.
Or for the Bees, I'm sorry. You knew who I meant.
I did. I'm watching the same game.
And again, they'll run right up the middle, and a good job again by that interior defense of Preston to sniff that right out, and it's going to bring up another short gain. And it'll be 4th down and 2.
This is risky.
Yeah, and they're not going to try it. They're going to drop back as Braxton Sorensen's going to come on to punt again. High snap. Sorensen brings it down. This is a better kick as it's going to go over the head of Iverson. Now has a chance to get it. Picks it up. He's going to come to the left. Gets across the 40. Room to run. Penalty flag down behind the play. Iverson makes the move, and he's going to go. However, we got to see what the penalty flag is. There's a flag all the way back at the Preston 45-yard line.
Yeah, that's usually in the area of a hold or an illegal block.
Let's see.
After the turnover on the
holding
back.
Preston, bring it back. So no touchdown for Iverson. And that'll be a spot foul. So the Preston offense will start back probably around their own 35. Well, by the time they walk off this penalty. So the penalty proves to be costly. That's
been the case on both teams tonight, both the Bees and the Indians. They have big plays, but then the plays get blown back because of penalties.
The referee signals over to the bench that the penalty was on 15. That's Zay Davis.
Zay Davis,
So the 10-yard penalty, as they will start from Preston will start from their own 36. Need to get a new ball in here as where's the ball boy is standing all the way down at the goal line thinking, that was a touchdown. Well, no, we got to come all the way back this way still, son.
I was waiting for the extra point.
I was wondering what you guys were doing. So here we go, 1st and 10. 3 receivers left for the Indians, single receiver right. Here comes Iverson finally out onto the field as well as he'll take his spot in the backfield. Ty tells him what the play is, and Iverson jumps across and stands on his right shoulder. Throw underneath. This comes to Smith. Jukes one man, gets around him, gets across the 40 up to about the 43, and then he's thrown out of bounds. Where's the flag for the illegal unnecessary roughness is Rucker Beck. After Smith was clearly out of bounds, body slammed him out onto the Preston sideline.
Yeah, that happened last night in a pro game. Right after the play, the tackler got him out of bounds, threw him down, and they threw a flag on him for unnecessary roughness.
That's a 7-yard completion. 2 catches for Smith tonight for I take it back. That's his first catch. Inside handoff goes to Iverson, has the first down, gets up near the 49.
Great run by Iverson, but has some good blocking. His front line put a hole there that was big enough for me to run through, I think.
That's got to be pretty big.
That was. It's a big hole, but they did close it quick, but it was a good hole.
Fourth first down of the half for the Indians. 8:04 to play here in the first half. Three receivers left. Single right. Fake to Iverson. Little screen pass to Ty, just throws it to an open area as they were coming after him quick. The idea is on a screen to just make a touch and let the guy go by you, but fortunately for Ty, they got by too quick.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a timeout here on the field. Timeout? No, we're scoreless. 7:49 to play here in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout, or second quarter, I should say, the first half. Take a timeout. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Second down and 10. Draw play goes to Iverson as he gets back near the line of scrimmage and drops the ball. He has to go back and fall on it. Goes all the way back to the 46. What was going to be a gain of 1 ends up being a loss of about 3 on the play.
Ty faked the pass out to the right side to Isaiah Smith, then quickly handed it off to Iverson, who went up. He had at least a 4-yard gain, but then he fumbled and had to come back to the ball.
Yeah, good vision by Iverson to pick up the ball after he dropped it and fall on it, not trying to pick it up and try to run again. So third down here for Preston. Third down to 13. Ty wants to throw, looking down the middle, and a little bit too tall, in and out of the hands of, that was Harris, the intended receiver. And a fourth down situation, so Isaiah Smith will come in to punt.
Just barely on their side of the field, but good thing to put them back into their own, deep in their own territory. Good place for a fake right here.
Fourth down and 13. Snap. They come after him, and Isaiah gets it away. Pretty good punt, end over end. Hits it about the 23, takes a sideways bounce, and it's picked up there, and that's where the offense will come out on the field for the Bees. We're going to come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
The first down play is a swing pass out to Lords. It was a gain on the play, but a flag came in late. Let's see what the penalty is going to be. Holding offense. So nullify the gain, push the ball back. That's 5 flags for 40 yards against the Bees here in the first half. Push the ball all the way back to the 15. And to bring up first down and 19 after the penalty. So nullified the 1-yard gain. 3 receivers left for the Bees. Perez wants to look. All the way back by his own goal line. Now lets it fly, and it's going to be caught. No! In and out of the hands of Refschneider, and then in and out of the hands of Hunter Wright for the Indians. Almost had an interception.
Yeah, a deflection off of Rielenbacher.
Refschneider.
Refschneider. It's a German name, and I should be able to pronounce it easy. But, yeah, that was unfortunate that both of them missed out.
That's 4 straight incompletions for Perez here in the first half. Second down and 19. Preston defense trying to move around, find their men. So you know they're going to go man-to-man. Perez drops again all the way back by his own end zone and throws it out to the sideline. That, too, is incomplete as he tries to get it out to Sorensen this time. So he's 0 for 5 here in the first half.
Yeah, well, neither quarterback's paying a lot of money tonight, you know, getting a lot of dividend.
So third down and 19. And once again, another third down attempt. And boy, they've dug themselves some holes after moving the ball well in their first possession.
Yeah, the first part of the first half of the first quarter, they were moving the ball quite well. Didn't look promising for the Indians.
They'll go out of the shotgun again. First and 19. Here comes the Indians. They got him on the run. Headed up the far sideline. He gets up to the original line of scrimmage where he's now chased out of bounds. So it'll be about a 9-yard gain for Perez and bring up 4th and long.
And having to kick deep from their own territory, this should give the Indians some pretty good field position. But his last punt was actually over Isaiah's head, so he's got the foot.
So it's a 10-yard gain. 4th down and 9. They remain 0 for on third down attempts, and Isaiah going to drop all the way back near his own 30-yard line. This is going to hit in front of him and roll to about the 40, 39-yard line where the Bees will cover it. So here comes the Preston offense again out onto the field. As so far for both offenses, they've done pretty much nothing more than shoot themselves in the foot.
But exactly. It's been one of these, you know, duels where which team is going to get on track first offensively.
Well, they've turned the ball over a total of 3 times, all on interceptions, 2 by Ty, 1 by Perez. So here comes the Preston offense. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, and Iverson the lone setback. Tate Green into the game is one of the 2 men to the left. And now we're going to have a false start against Preston. And that'll push the ball back 5 yards. First and 15. Not the way you want to try to get the offense moving in the right direction.
Nope, your team's got to be in sync with the call.
So they'll pretty much line up the same way. Iverson the lone setback. Ty wants to throw. Looking across the middle, tried to go to Green, but it was too far out in front of him and incomplete.
That was kind of a no-look pass, it looked like, from Ty, as he threw that right into the middle, but it was thrown pretty hard. Had a lot of velocity on it.
Ty 7 of 12 here in the first half for a total of 64 yards. Ty wants to throw again. He's going to go deep, and not sure that his intended receiver, Thompson, actually saw the ball until it was too late and passed him. And that, too, will be an incomplete pass and bring up third down again for the Indians. Preston 0 for 5 so far on third down attempts in the game. 6:01 to play here in the first half. After the incomplete pass, the clock stops.
Yeah, both teams have been putting it in the air the last couple series for each team, so it's slowed the clock down a little bit.
He's going to roll right, wants to throw, looks underneath. He's got Harris, and it's complete up to midfield.
And first down.
Depending on where they spot it, it's going to be very close. The official on the near side here says the 49, which should be about a first down by about the length of the football, but they want to measure. Called a 15-yard completion for Ty. As the pass completed to Cole Harris, that's his 4th catch of the game. As they're going to bring the chain out, and they'll look it over. It's either going to be second and short, but it certainly looks like by where the referee is, or by where the linesman is kneeling, that this is going to be a first down. As they bring the chain out, they stretch it,
First
and
down.
indeed, it's a first down. As Hank Scram would say, good call. You did good, fellas. You did good.
Well, what? It's right in front of us. We can see it. Almost.
I can see it from the other side of the field.
We've got a great angle at that one.
5:45 to play in the first half. Nobody is able to score as of yet. First and 10, Preston from their own 49. Twins to each side. Iverson the lone setback. Ty wants to roll left, throws underneath and in and out of the hands of Isaiah Smith, and that again will stop the clock. For Ty, the 335 yards that he had last week is his second highest of his career. Of course, that was topped only by the opening day performance in the Rocky Mountain Shootout against Logan, where he threw for 400 yards that night. And he started play tonight with 1,043 yards passing on the year. Fake, pump, and they got him as they come on the blitz. And the blitzing linebacker, Willie Nelson, no, not the singer. This is Willie Nelson, the linebacker, gets Ty on the blitz and pushes the ball all the way back to the Preston 38.
Wonder if he can sing like Willie Nelson.
I certainly hope he can sing better than that.
Oh, come on. Get your country boots on. Little twang.
Third down and 21 for the Indians. They're getting all the way back out to the Bees 40. Ty's got a lot of room to run. Puts his head down, gets across midfield up to about the 47. It's a good game, but he's going to be still about 6 yards short.
And in a game like this, I'm not so sure we won't go 4 down territory here, because we're on the other side. We're on the B side of the field, barely. But nope, they're going to bring the kicking team in.
That's a 16-yard run for Ty, but again, it's going to be short. And in a scoreless tie, might as well just try to pin him back deep again. So Isaiah Smith will come out. He'll kick this ball from about his own 44. High end over end. It's going to hit about the 20-yard line and bounce straight across. And right there is Gordon Knapp to down it. And the Bees offense will come back out and start at their own 20 with 4:15 to play here in the scoreless first half.
I haven't been keeping track of how many times Gordon Knapp has been down there on special teams to either deaden the ball or make sure it's right. He's right around the ball. Very good speed getting down there and stopping so that the Bees don't get any further upfield.
Knapp's getting a lot of snaps tonight. So is Tate Green, and that's all.
Thompson.
And Thompson also. That's all in replacing Scott Dunn, who's not in uniform tonight. Toss goes to Lords, going right, trying to get around the corner. Garrett Ward, the first man to hit him. Coming up to help clean up the effort is Hunter Wright, and they're able to stack him up and keep him to a very short gain, if any.
Yeah, I think he lost maybe a yard. Oh, no, it's going to be right at the down marker.
So no gain. 9 carries for Lords, unofficially with only 21 yards. Both teams are trying to go lateral.
That's right.
But good pursuit by both defenses and really stringing the plays out.
And neither team has thrown directly over the middle. Ty did once, but it was really hard thrown and underthrown.
Second down, called 11. As they'll fake the toss. Perez wants to roll left, gets around Garrett. Now he's going to be chased out of bounds, and he's going to lose another yard. Zay Davis forced him out of bounds. And it's going to bring up third down and about, call it a short 12. As the Bees once again will try to pick up something here on a third down. On the previous 6 third down attempts, nothing.
Yep, we got double chains again, so it's 13. Third down and 13.
They send 3 receivers right. Single setback is Lords. Perez wants to throw. Dropping back, looking. Going to come deep out here on the sideline, and it's caught. Nice play up to the 39-yard line. That'll be a first down as the pass completed to Branson Casper, and that's his first reception of the night.
Not only that, but it was a big play, to give him a first down. close to the 40-yard, on the 40-yard line.
Call it a 20-yard completion for the first down. Only the third first down of the first half here for Bonneville. And Perez wants to throw again. He's going to go underneath, and this one's short this time as he tried to go back to Casper again.
That was a nice throw that he made to Casper out here on the side for that catch.
This time they'll go 5 wides across, no running back, and here comes the Preston defense. A good hole. He breaks past one tackle, trying to get around Smith, gets across midfield up to the 40, where he's finally driven out of bounds. This will be a gain of about 20. I don't see any flags. The referees were walking slowly like there was a flag somewhere on the play. There's not. It's officially a gain of 19 for Perez. And another first down. So the run subs in and out. They spot the ball at the Preston 41 as they're into Preston territory here. Clock stopped with 3:02 to play. As they're going to go toss, as that's Riffschneider going left, stacked up as he gets to the 40-yard line and then driven back. Andrew Iverson, the first blue shirt there.
With a little help from Zay Davis and couldn't remember Garrett Ward. All three of them were in on that.
They'll call it a gain of 1, just short of the 40. As Braxton Sorensen brings in the play from the sideline. And then he'll go out left with Riffschneider. 2 receivers right as well. Lord's the lone setback. Second down and 9. Out of the shotgun. Perez is in trouble. Perez is going down. Harris has got him all the way back to midfield.
Yeah, Harris came in on a wide side. He was wide out, and then he blitzed in, and he pulled Perez down by his ankles.
That's a loss of 9. Bring up third down and 19. As here comes a new player on late, as Willie Nelson's going to come in, as Lords will leave here for the third down and 19 play. Perez looking, throwing down the far sideline. There's his man, and it's Riffschneider to make the play and get out of bounds at his own 22.
Nice pitch and catch right there from Perez to
Riffschneider.
Riffschneider, cannot say his name.
That's a gain of 28 and a first down.
You okay with everybody here?
Thanks.
So first and 10, they mark the ball at the Preston 22. Minute and a half to play here in the first. Riffschneider out right. As again, Perez wants to throw. Looking again for Riffschneider. He's got it at the 5, touchdown. Riffschneider got lost. And Perez was able to find him for the catch and the score.
Yeah, Perez is starting to find his mark with his receivers, because that was a nice pitch and catch and then turn upfield for the touchdown.
So back-to-back catches for Riffschneider, good for 50 yards and a score, as they'll bring on the extra point team, as it will be Miguel De La Luz to try the extra point. It is up and it is good. So finally someone gets on the scoreboard with 1:24 left to play here in the first half. We'll take a timeout, back with the kickoff for the Bees right after this.
KACH, mylocal radio.com.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
KACH.
Well, 7-0 as the Bees draw first blood here finally in the first half. Back deep here for the Indians is Iverson in the middle. Isaiah Smith is the man to the near side.
Here's where we need done, on a kickoff.
Here's where Scott would be awfully handy. I agree completely. It's going to go high down the middle. It'll be Iverson on the run to get it to 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Still on his feet. Makes a move, gets across midfield up to the 47.
Of the Bees. Nice run back. He probably looked over his guy and says, that one's for you, buddy.
37-yard return by Iverson. So 1st and 10 again for Preston. Not much time to play. 1:18 left here in the first half as they trail by 7. Ty will work out of the shotgun. Empty backfields. They send 5 receivers into the pattern. 3 left, Twins right. Ty wants to throw. Looking down the middle. He has a man. Iverson is drilled right as the ball arrives. And here come the flags.
Yeah, there's a whole pocket full of flags down there. Yeah, that was unnecessary. Hit on defenseless receiver.
Now see if they call it a personal foul or pass interference. Either way, it's going to be 15 yards from the snap, from the spot of the ball. It will be personal foul. Hitting a defenseless receiver. That'll be a first down. So that'll move the ball 15 yards.
And that comes with an automatic first down.
Automatic first down, you're right. 6 flags now in the first half. That's not the kind of amusement that the Bees were looking for. 6 flags for a total of 55 yards. 1st and 10 Preston as they move the ball all the way up to the Bees 34. Again, Hyde will work out of the shotgun. Goes right back to Iverson up the middle. Breaks a tackle, gets across the 25, falls forward to the 23.
Good run by Iverson. Moving the chains also stops the clock for temporarily. Oh, wait, maybe they're not quite.
Yep. Oh, they'll move the chains. Clock stops with 1:06. That's an 11-yard run. They go right back to Iverson again as he's kind of stacked up. And they're going to push him back to about the 25, but they're going to mark it, give him forward progress back near the line of scrimmage at the 22-yard line.
A personal foul on the Bees.
Now we got flags coming in yet again. But we also have a timeout here. Go ahead.
I saw one of the Bees trying to tell the official what it was, trying to defend his case.
So the flag down right in the middle of the field. They set the ball down at the 24, like they're only going to give Iverson a loss of 2 on the play, or maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Let's see. Official picks up the flag, and now they're going to indeed pick up the flag, so there is no penalty on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and call it 10, as no gain for Iverson on the play. As the Preston offense will come back out after the timeout. We're under a minute to play here in the first half. 54 seconds to play. As the head coach for the Bees out on the field talking with the officials. Don't know what you're worried about, Coach. They picked the flag up. Harris and Ward out wide right. Smith and Knapp wide left. Here comes Garrett back to the near side. They fake the handoff on the jet sweep. They go underneath, and it's picked off for the 3rd time. And he's got a lot of room to come down the sidelines. As Wolf Snyder still on his feet, now going back across the field. Iverson giving chase. He's cut off. There's a good block. He's got one man to beat. That's Ward. The guy holds Ward, and he's going to take it all the way back. But I thought I saw a penalty flag all the way back here.
Yes, there's a flag right about the 42-yard line.
There's a flag there, but I thought I saw one back around the 20. As getting up slowly for Preston is Liam Ratchford. As let's see what the penalty is going to be. And I'm guessing that if that's on that block that took Ratchford down, it's because it was probably some sort of an illegal crackback that he never saw coming. Because that's right in that general area where he was. And I got to tell you, right off the top, I am not real impressed with the way that the Bees play, and maybe bordering on maybe just a little bit suspect on some of these blocks they throw. 31 seconds to play in the half. A couple of different flags down. I don't know if it's only one call or are they trying to sort something out here.
Liam Ratchford's down there holding his ribs.
And let's see what the referee has to say. Holding against the Bees. Dead ball, personal foul against the Bees. And a unsportsmanlike conduct. So they'll waive off the holding penalty. They'll take the 15-yard walk-off instead. And again, the Burlington, the Bonneville coach wants to talk to our white hat and wants another explanation. The explanation is, Coach, your man threw an illegal crackback block.
You saw that. I was sitting there trying to find it in the viewfinder, and I couldn't see that happen.
So they walked the ball all the way back to the Bonneville. Boy, they're still going.
9 yards.
It's all the way back to the 9-yard line. See, and that could very well be. That could have been the flag that I saw back there.
Right.
That was the penalty. And that's when they walk off. So another 15-yard penalty here against Bonneville. So 1st and 10 with 31 seconds to play, all the way back at their own 9.
They might. Well, they don't know. They're going to try and make a play here because Preston gets the ball back at halftime with only 31 seconds left.
No, just take a couple of shots at it. What the heck? Let the clock run out. They'll throw underneath.
Double pass.
Here comes a double pass. The man's wide open. He's behind everybody, and that's caught. That is Sorensen. Sorensen makes a move at the 35, still on his feet up to the 20. And a long pass reception. Zay Davis helped bring him down. That's a 70-yard pass play.
He's their backup quarterback, number 8, I believe. Yeah, he's a quarterback also. So
and a timeout on the field here called by Bonneville. Bonneville with 16 seconds left after the 70-yard pass and run. Boy, you had to figure something like that was going to happen. They're going to throw deep to try to set something up.
Right.
But they throw underneath, and it took the Preston's defenders' eyes off the play just long enough to where Sorensen got loose behind him.
Yeah, well, like you said, they had nothing to lose.
Absolutely.
So why not throw a trick play in there, something that's needed, to get down the field? And he was wide open. Wide open.
Well, unfortunately, they used the pursuit of the defense the way the Preston has had it here in the first half. They used that to be their own worst enemy.
Right.
As they went for the trick play, the defense bit. So 1st and 10 at the 20. 16 seconds to play in the half. 7-0 Bees. Single running back. Again, that's Nelson in the backfield. Perez wants to look. Now he's going to run and runs right into Connor Schaefer, who has him for a loss of 3. And a timeout again called by Bonneville. We'll take the timeout as well. We'll be right back.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
West Motor Company has a lifetime warranty.
Well, I guess the secret's out. West Motor in Preston and Logan is now including a no-charge, lifetime powertrain warranty on almost every vehicle we sell.
Almost every vehicle West Motor sells has a lifetime warranty, and your prices are the best around. Why would anybody go anywhere else?
I can't think of a single reason.
Lifetime warranty only at westmotorcompany.com.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
So it'll be second down and 13. 9 seconds left here in the half, as the Bees offense slowly coming back out onto the field here. They'll go 3 receivers left. Nelson stays in as the running back. You got to be respectful of his arm. Like you said, he's the backup quarterback. Perez wants to look. Still looking. Now wants to roll left. Still rolling left. Gets near the sideline and throws, and it's going to be short near the goal line. And that's the way the first half will end, as the pass is incomplete. We invite you to stay tuned. The Ralph Construction halftime report coming up after the first half here tonight. It's Bonneville Bees. The Bonneville Bees 7. The Preston Indians scoreless so far. They have nothing. Stay tuned. The halftime report coming up next.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The job stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
If you're doing some cleanup work around the yard, the house, the garage, or the farm, remember, you can turn scrap metal into cash when you take that metal to Idaho Salvage and Metal in Preston. They pay top dollar for aluminum cans, aluminum window and door frames, brass and steel. They take junk cars and trucks, farm equipment, and industrial gear. So rather than taking that stuff to the landfill, park it on the scales at Idaho Salvage and Metal on West Oneida in Preston.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need, quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
From sunup to sundown, we spend our time on the dairy, caring for cows and producing milk. And we also love being part of our tight-knit communities, being advocates for the kids in our schools, and being providers of safe, nutritious food for families around here and around the world. As your local dairy producers, We are more than farmers. We are Dairy West.
The Halftime Report is brought to you by Ralph's Construction. More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
KACH.
Well, welcome in here to the Ralph Construction Halftime Report. We went to break, but unfortunately we thought the ball was down at the 1 yard line and the quarter had run out. Well, the officials decided to put 1 second back on the clock, and it gave time for the Bees to come out and try a field goal. Preston blocked the field goal, however it was picked up by Brandon Sorensen, who then scampered 27 yards for a touchdown. That made it 13-0 going into the halftime break. The extra point again was blocked by Preston, so instead of the Indians being down 7-0 going to halftime, it ends up that they're down by a score of 13-0. The first score of the half. Also coming midway through the second quarter, a 27-yard touchdown pass from Perez to Riffschneider that he was able to get in and score as the Preston defense just kind of lost him out there, and he was able to go back in and pick up the touchdown. You'll say tough, hard-hitting first half, maybe a little bit more on the sloppy side, as neither team really very successful offensively. As Preston in the first half, they were 0 for 7 on third down conversion attempts, and for Bonneville, they were 1 for 8 in the third down conversion attempts in the first half, as they end up with only 7 first downs in the first half, as Preston also had only 6 first downs in the first half as well. So back and forth the two teams went during the first half, and neither team able to really convert and move the ball as far as moving the ball up as getting first downs when they needed them. But an entertaining first half, maybe is that the best way to describe it?
Well, I thought it was a first half of miscues, rather than entertaining. I mean, close plays that coulda, shoulda been, but miscues has really hurt both teams, really.
So the miscues indeed hurt both teams. Penalties, taking the plays off the board. In fact, big miscues for the Preston offense, as Ty Hyde ended up throwing 3 interceptions in the first half, and the last ended up setting up what came on the field goal, the blocked field goal that was run in for the touchdown on the last play of the first half.
Yeah, I stepped away from the microphone, but yeah, I was watching it as I was walking down the ladder here, and I was sitting there going, that's a live ball, you know, and they did. They picked it up and ran it in. Preston just looked like, get plays over, we blocked it.
Yeah, they looked like they went into celebration mode, ready to run off at the end of the first half, and very alertly it was picked up by Sorensen, and he took it back to 27 yards for the touchdown. And really, nobody, A, touched him, B, hardly even chased him.
Right. Well, they didn't even know he was running. He picked up the ball, and he was by himself. Like you said, Preston was celebrating and moving off the field just a little bit. They were all in walk mode or to run off to the field. But yeah, you gotta have your head there all the time. You never know. So go until you hear a whistle.
That's right, and there definitely was no whistle. And coming in and scoring the touchdown, the extra point was blocked, and it's 13-0 where we are here at halftime. This is the Ralph Construction halftime report. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back and look at the stats in the first half as we continue right after this.
KACH, my local radio. KACH, mylocal radio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsize, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
Welcome back. We are at halftime, 13-0. The Bees on top. Let's look at the stats from the first half of the game here this evening with Preston, who was the game scoreless as we went into the second quarter. Ty Hyde ends up the first half going 6 of 14 for 79 yards. As he finished the first half, only 1 for his last 5 pass attempts. Isaiah Smith carried the ball twice for 14 yards in the first half. Ty Hyde carried it twice for 8 yards. Andrew Iverson carried it a total of 8 times, only had 15 yards in the first half. They did a good job keeping him fairly bottled up. 1 catch in the first half for Isaiah Smith for 7 yards. Garrett Ward caught 1 for 26 yards. Andrew Iverson caught 1 as well for 1 yard. Cole Harris caught 4 passes in the first half for 27. Preston had 6 first downs in the first half, but they were 0 for 7 on attempted third down conversions, and they committed 3 penalties in the first half for a total of 20 yards here in the first half. For Bonneville, it was Jordan Perez. He went 4 of 10 in the first half, including a couple of long play completions. He threw for 130 yards and a touchdown in the first half. It was Taven Lords, carried the ball 9 times for 21 yards. It was Colton Reifschneider, carried the ball a total of 4 times for 11 yards, and Perez carried it 6 times for no yards in the first half. Completion-wise, Branson Casper, 1 catch for 20 yards. Reifschneider had 2 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown in the first half, as the Bees picked up a total of 7 first downs. They were 1 of 8 on third down conversions in the first half, and where Preston turned the ball over 3 times, Bonneville turned it over once, and they also committed 7 penalties in the first half for a total of 70 yards in walk-offs against them here in the first half. So it's a Bonneville 13 and the Preston Indians nothing as we're at halftime. This is the Ralph Construction halftime report. We'll come back with a little more here at the halftime on Homecoming 2019 here in Preston. We'll do that as we continue right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
Qualifications and rules apply. See institution for details.
Last play of the game, folks.
And the snap. Drops back. Whoa, changes mind. Down the sideline. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Casasa! Unbelievable! Did you see that? Casasa!
Not to be a buzzkill, but what's Casasa? We're glad you asked that. Casasa. It's a catchy word for earning cash. Free Casasa checking rewards you in cash each month.
Ask for free Casasa checking at Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCU.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business.
Here we go.
Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH.
If you're in the empty nester stage of life, preparing for retirement, or considering downsizing, let me suggest you consider Blue Sage Park as your new home.
This all-new community for over 55 active adults is now under construction by Ralph's Construction, the builders of many fine custom homes in Franklin County. That same quality is going into the new homes at Blue Sage Park.
Choose from 3 plans, each with over 1,400 square feet of living space on one level with a 2 or 3 car garage, 2 bedrooms, and lots of special features. These beautiful new 2-bedroom homes include large marble showers, vaulted ceilings, gas fireplaces, a park and green space for family fun, and large closets with custom organizers. Larry and Cody Ralphs are building this community for the over 55 age group with no steps, no maintenance, and a beautiful home that you own.
The first model is nearing completion, and you'll soon be able to see it for yourself. Blue Sage Park, now being built for your future at 3rd East and 3rd North in Preston.
At Franklin County Medical Center, their goal is to get you back in the game, back to work, and back to your normal way of life. Franklin County Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation Center has a team of therapists who specialize in providing you an individualized treatment plan, helping you reach your goals, working with doctors from all over the region to make your recovery convenient and close to home. Call today so you can stop suffering and start healing. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence.
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need to re-energize.
Milk replaces important electrolytes that I lose when I sweat.
As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip
is a victory.
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
Welcome back as we're here at halftime. 13-0 Bonneville on top here over the Preston Indians. 3 games going on, John, in college football here on this Friday evening. As it is Air Force, they have a 34-10 lead over San Jose State as they play in the third quarter. Also in the third quarter, Penn State all over Maryland on the road, leading 44-0. And then Duke is on the road at Virginia Tech, and they have a 45-10 lead. That game actually has now gone final.
Yeah, that's a surprise to me. Duke above West Virginia. West Virginia's got a great football program down there. And, I'm surprised to see that. And I'm a Duke Blue Devil fan and basketball.
There you go. Well, it's 13-0 at halftime. If you're Coach Gary Thorson, what do you tell your guys? How do you change their fortunes around here a little bit?
Well, 2 things. Preston's a team that usually keeps their head up even when they're behind. They've had to come from behind before. They know they can do it. And so he's just saying, hey, look, we've made a mistake. Let's go back and get it back. Bonneville, on the other hand, is used to not used to having the lead. Can they sustain it in the second half? That's going to be interesting to see which team actually comes up and steps up
Right.
in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, Bonneville has been their own worst enemy, giving up the 70 yards in penalties, but then not covering the blocked field goal attempt for Preston ends up being a big mistake for them as well.
Right. So, yeah, Preston just has to now buckle down, and they've got to make some quick plays. The receivers and Ty Hyde need to get on in sync. They need to know what one's doing. I think, to me, it looked like there was a couple of miscues, like receivers going either too far downfield or not far enough, on a couple of his passes. He has underthrown, but he hasn't had a lot of time. The O-line has to block out just a little bit better and give him a little more time.
Ty threw 2 interceptions in each of the first 3 games of the year. He has 6 coming in tonight after not having any last week, but now he's thrown 3 in the first half.
Yeah, and that's hard. But it's like Coach said at the first. Ty Hyde's one of those exceptional players. I mean, even though he's playing both ways most of the time, he's a smart kid. He really does know the game.
Mm-hmm.
He knows what he has to do, and he has the ability and the desire to step up. I really think you're going to see some good things out of him in the second half.
I do too. And those interceptions, they all came out of aggression, trying to put the ball and make something happen in a scoreless tie. And unfortunately, it ends up backfiring against the Indians for 3 interceptions.
Right. So and that's what I say. That's one of those things where were the receivers too far downfield?
Right.
Was the target there? Was it not enough time? It's really hard to tell watching both ends of the field.
So 13-0, Preston trails. This has been the Ralph Construction halftime report. Come back with third quarter action right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information. 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction. 435-232-1837.
This time of year, the weather can change quickly. That means the road conditions change quickly too. If you usually feel stressed when you're driving as the weather changes, it might be because you don't have the right tires for the road conditions. Let West Motor Company help you choose the tires that will meet your needs. Take the stress out of your winter driving with a set of 4 new tires. Visit any of our dealerships in Preston or Logan today. West Motor Company, we do tires.
WestMotorCompany.com.
Behind every project is a True Value. At Stokes Market and True Value in Preston, whether you need hardware, dog food, tools, batteries, plumbing supplies, paint, or cleaning products, you'll find them all. Plus a whole lot more at Stokes Market and True Value. With a large inventory, you'll find all the big name brands you trust and low prices every time you visit. So whether you're just starting or you're in the middle of a project, stop in today and visit our friendly, knowledgeable staff. Stokes Market and True Value, 217 South State Street, Preston.
So right off the opening kickoff, Bonneville with an onside kick, and they get it, and they'll start 1st and 10 at the Preston 45, trying to rub salt in the wounds after the block punt that was turned into a touchdown. Lords going left, trying to get around the corner, stretched out as good play there by the Preston defense. Zay Davis was there.
Gordon Knapp
there as well. A short gain, give Lords 2 yards.
Gordon Knapp took a hold of him, and then Zay Davis come in and helped him with him to get him down. So good teamwork there.
So 2nd down and 8. So good call by the Bees coaching staff to go with the onside kick to start the second half, thinking that Preston was really going to try to set up a return, and they were. Caught him sleeping. Here they come this way as Reifschneider is drugged down from behind as it grabbing him by the back of the shirt and throwing him down was Mason Thompson.
Yeah, I almost thought that was a horse collar.
Then Thompson comes hobbling off. He may have turned an ankle.
That's not good.
So here's 3rd and long
He's
now.
walking it off.
Kind of got turned around as he grabbed the ball carrier by the back of the shirt. So 3rd and 8. 3 receivers left. Once again, Nelson, the running back, he's the backup quarterback, so you have to be careful. Perez to throw over the middle, and he throws to an open area, but there's nobody there.
That was close to a holding by Zay Davis, as he was right with the intended receiver, but I thought he bumped him just a little bit.
So they come up empty again on another 3rd down conversion attempt through the Bees. They're only 1 of 9 in the game, but they lead 13-0. As Iverson drops back deep.
Now Iverson back there instead of Isaiah Smith to receive, hoping we can get something going on the run back.
They're lining up like they're going to come after him. Here comes Smith, but gets the kick away. Boy, that's a shank. It's going to go out of bounds at about the 15-yard line.
Yeah, that was kind of a shank there, but you know, I think that's what he was trying for, was the corner, because why give him a chance to run back?
You know, you see so many punters who try to just drop it inside the 5-yard line. Remember Bruce Gossett?
Yeah.
He was a punter for the
Prayer.
Raiders for so many years.
Yep.
He just angled it,
and
tried to angle it out of bounds, to kick it out of bounds intentionally, and try to get it out around the 5-yard line.
Yeah, and it wasn't one of those that would hit and roll. It would hit and rock.
Well, if it even hit in bounds, he tried to intentionally kick it out of bounds. Here comes Iverson. Gets up to about the 20, so that'd be a gain of 5 for Andrew on the 1st down carry.
Yeah, they're going to have to put him to work this half to open up that pass to where Ty has some time.
They really bottled him up in the first half, as he had only 15 yards rushing officially in the first half. They'll fake, come across the middle to Smith. It's complete to Isaiah, giving ground, still on his feet now as he goes all the way back over to the far sideline, trying to get around the corner, and he runs out of bounds at about the 32, but it's good for the 1st down.
Yeah, he had about 6 white shirts in front of him, so he just kept stretching it out, but he'd take a step forward. So with a good gain and a 1st down, he knew he had the 1st down, so they just kind of ran him out of bounds. He had no blocking once he got past the secondary.
That's a 13-yard completion and the 1st down. Straight ahead, Iverson falls forward to about the 38. That'll be good for, call it 4. 2nd down and 6. As the Indians try to pick it up a little bit, go a little bit more here in a hurry up. Ty trying to direct some traffic here. They go on 1st down, fake, as Ty's now in trouble. Now he's going to throw and get rid of it, throws it over into the bench, and it'll be incomplete.
Yeah, we had a receiver, Garrett Ward, tried to come back to catch that, but it was thrown too far. He almost hit the official.
Ty was looking at somebody over here as if to say you ran the wrong route. He was making some sort of a hand gesture. So now to bring up 3rd down here for the Indians. Third down and 6. 2 receivers to either side. Iverson the lone setback. Ty changing the play. Fakes it. Now throws underneath to Smith again. It's going to be complete, but he's drugged down by Riff Schneider. And he's going to be about a yard, maybe 2 yards short of the 1st down.
Yeah, they didn't give him really the forward progress, because he caught it and then went down shortly after that. So.
And the defense jumps. That'll give the Preston Indians a 1st down on the 8th penalty flag of the night against the Bees. 8 flags for 75 yards. Free 1st down for the Indians. 1st and 10 from the 48. Give it to Iverson. Gets across midfield, still on his feet. Across the 45 up to the 43.
And he's going to be close to another 1st. Depends on where they spot it. If they spot it on the...
They're going to mark it a yard short. And now hold on a second. Now, I don't think they had the...
Well,
as Bonneville wants a timeout because Preston had gone to the hurry up and it really kind of got the defense out of sync. So a timeout on the field, 2nd and 1 when we come back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
So it'll be 2nd down and 1 here for Preston. Twins to each side. Iverson the lone setback. Give it to Iverson. He's going to come left. Good seal block on the corner. Gets across the 40 up to the 35. 8-yard gain for Andrew Iverson.
And the good thing about that, it's a first down for the Indians.
The great seal block on the corner came from Chevy Nelson, the sophomore. Iverson puts his head down again and gets it up to the 30. That's a gain of about 5 more.
Another good run. You know, there's just something about Iverson. You get in that second half, he just has that killer instinct.
As again, they go quickly. Fake to Iverson this time. Hyde rolling. Now he's in trouble. Sheds the tackler, throws down, and it's tipped and almost intercepted. As getting a hand on the ball was number 42, Jacob Perez, a freshman.
Yeah, that's again the problem we had right there with that one. Ty Hyde did break a tackle and got away from his intended tackler, but he come out, but he's throwing off the wrong foot. He has to throw back across his body, and he couldn't get the mustard on it like he normally can. If he has time to throw, that kid's deadly. And we haven't seen anything deep down the field today from him.
Apparently there was a penalty marker on the play against the Bees, and it's going to be a 5-yard step off.
That should be a first down.
That's going to be right close to it, maybe just 2nd down in inches. So the 5-yard penalty, give it to Iverson. He gets up near the 25.
He did not get it, you know. He was,
and he's going to be just short.
Yeah, he was buckled up right there as soon as he hit the line of scrimmage and bent backwards, basically. That ball just went backwards for him, he and the ball.
So no gain for Iverson. 3rd down and short. Hyde fakes to Iverson. Now he wants to run it himself. Now he's going to loft it for the corner, and it's picked off in the end zone. And, touchback, interception number 4 on the night. I don't know why Ty doesn't just keep going and pick up the first down.
He's so close to a first down. That would have given him more downs rather than trying to force it in the infield or in end zone. I don't know. I can't second guess him, but there had to be a reason.
So, touchback on the 4th interception of the night. As here comes the Bees offense back onto the field again.
Oh, I got video and I'm not running the camera. Sorry about that.
1st and 10, Perez under center. He'll give up the middle as it'll be a gain of about 4 yards on the play. Let's see who that is getting off the bottom of the pile. That is number 10, Sorensen, on the carry. So Sorensen gets 4 on his first carry of the night. 2nd down and 6. Nelson in the slot. They will give it to Nelson as he's going to go straight ahead, just get just across the 25. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4 after the 3-yard run by Nelson. So after throwing the ball in the first half, the Bees look like now they want to keep the ball on the ground and let the clock run with a 13-point lead.
Right. Well, they have that advantage here. You know, anytime they can run it and keep that ball down, and they're still moving the chains.
3rd and 4. Lord's the lone setback. Fake it to Lords. Look out as he breaks the tackle as Perez still on his feet. Now scrambling as he coming forward. Goes around Davis, cuts toward the sideline, and scampers out of bounds with the first down. runs for about 10 yards, and that's good for a first.
Yeah, they should have had him back around the 10-yard line, but a broken tackle, and then he had nothing but blockers in front of him. So they put him out, and he runs to the outside and gets up 15 yards.
He was going to, after a little blind fake, he was going to roll out and looked up and saw nothing but a blue shirt.
Yeah.
And had to get out of the way, and was able to get loose. So 1st and 10. They'll hand off again. They'll go straight up the middle as they go back to Nelson again. Nelson will pick up about 3 yards on the play. Give him a couple. 2nd down and 8.
Well, we need a big defensive play here to get the Indians started. That's what started us in a number of the other games that we've won, is we've had some good defensive plays. That can get the offense going again.
The one thing that Preston doesn't do that everybody else does is they don't try to tackle the ball. They're just happy bringing the guy down.
Right.
Fake. Perez wants to look, throwing down the middle. He's got a man open, and it's caught again. That's Riff Schneider up to the 35.
You know, they're sucking the defense in, but they're going run, and then they throw down the field and wide open.
That's the 3rd catch for Riff Schneider of 20 yards or more on the night. 3 catches for 78 yards. 1st down from the Preston 35. Again, they'll go Nelson straight ahead. Gets ahead as he up to about the 31. That's 4 yards right straight up the middle. And again, the clock will continue to run. Under 5 minutes to play here in the quarter. As Ty's going to come over here to the sideline, as he's going to come in or come off on defense here and come over and talk to the coaches. As going in to replace him right on the nose is Rhett Larson, number 62. Lords and Nelson in the backfield. Perez up under center. Toss to Lords. He's going to go left. Nelson out in front of him. Stringing it out well as the defense. Connor Schaefer's got him and drags him down after a 1-yard gain.
Good defensive play.
Actually, it was not Schaefer. I take it back. It was actually 22 Austin Ward who made the tackle.
Austin able to get up there and make a good play.
So it brings up 3rd down again. 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun this time as he wants Lords to go over and switch and stand on his left shoulder. And too much time. As this will be a delay of game. Nope, they're going to call it a false start instead. Either way, it's going to move the ball back again. That moves it back 5. Actually make it 3rd down and 11. That's the 10th flag tonight against the Bees for 85 yards.
I'd give up 85 yards on penalties if I was up 13-0.
Yeah, but you're up 13-0. You also don't want the clock to stop.
Right.
It stops with 4:18 to play here in the 3rd. Here we go.
So true.
3rd down and 11. Nelson the lone setback. 2 receivers left. Single receiver out here to the right. Perez out of the shotgun. Straight drop back. Here they come as Ward. He slips away from Ward. Still on his feet. Lets it fly. That's an ugly duck. And it's incomplete down around the 8-yard line. He threw that ball and it wobbled the whole way down there.
Yeah. Not one of his best throws, but he was hit right after he threw it. He went down hard. I didn't see who it was, but man, he went hard, down hard.
4th down and 11. And the punter, Sorensen, comes back onto the field. Let's see if he's going to punt or is he going to play wide receiver. He looks like he's calling out the signal, so this looks like it should be a punt formation here. And it will be. Sorensen will drop back. He'll stand at his own 45. He'll hit this from about the 42 as Iverson drops back quickly for the Indians. He's going to throw. He's rolling left, throws left-handed, and is it picked off or is it incomplete? The ball's laying on the ground. Either way, the Indians are going to get the ball. It's an incomplete pass, and Preston takes over the ball at the 41-yard line.
Was that Zay Davis? I think he went up, and I think he spit it up automatically knowing that he'd get it back downfield 10 more yards.
That's a headsy play.
Yeah, just to knock it down, knock it out of bounds.
So 1st and 10 Preston. Actually, I said the 41. It's actually they take it over to the 36 as the offense comes back out. 4:01 to play here in the third. Twin receivers to each side. Sorensen the lone setback. Sorensen tonight with only 46 yards rushing. Ty wants to throw, swings it out for Davis. He's got a lot of room to run. Tries to cut down the sidelines, gets up near midfield. He's stopped at the 48, and that's going to be a gain of 12.
Yeah, good first down. That's an interesting play. They haven't used that one for a while.
3 catches tonight for Smith for 32 yards. They run straight ahead this time. Get right up to the midfield stripe. That'll be a gain of 1 on the play for Andrew Iverson. 2nd and 9 here for Preston, right from midfield. Again, 2 receivers to either side. As Ty looks over to the near sideline, clock runs with only 3:20 to play in the third quarter. Ty fakes to Iverson, looks down low as Knapp is open. Knapp's got it ahead to the 42, and he's thrown back to the 45, but they'll give him forward progress back up to the 42-yard line. That's going to be close to a first down.
Yeah, that was a good play, going back over the middle rather than always trying to throw it out in the flat or out down the field where he hasn't got time to throw it.
Give him 9, 3rd down and 1. Ty's just going to put his head down and sneak it as he runs ahead across the 40-yard line. That'll bring up a first down. So Hyde keeps it, gets positive yardage. That'll be a first down here for the Indians. First down number 9 for Preston tonight. As we're headed down to 2:35 to play here in the third quarter. Again, Ty looks over to the sideline. The coaches are trying to change the play. Ty settles in. Twin receivers to either side. Here they come on the blitz. It's picked up. It's thrown almost underneath, and Nelson almost had interception number 5 on the night.
Yeah, Nelson jumped up and knocked that ball down. To stop, had we caught that, would have been a good game.
Ty now 10 of 21 for 118 yards on the night. 2nd down and 10. As Hyde again changes plays, now gives it to Iverson straight ahead, sheds a couple of men, gets up near the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 3.
I noticed Tide pulled up out of the set 3 times when they showed a blitz. When the defender came up into the slot like they were going to blitz, he cut the count off. When he dropped back, they gave it to Iverson up the middle.
Fake to Iverson this time. Throw underneath. It's in and out of the hands of Smith. Incomplete.
We just can't seem to cradle that ball tonight for some reason.
You know, you wonder exactly how much missing one person means without Scott Dunn in the lineup. If you're wondering, Dunn is out of the lineup tonight, not dressed, as he suffered a concussion in the game last week here against Century.
You know, I don't. A lot of times with one big player like that comes out, it brings the volume down of the players thinking, what are we going to do?
Ty wants to throw again. He's going down the middle. He's got a man there, and it's incomplete. He tried to throw out there for Harris, and it was in and out of his hands.
And that was 4th down.
And that was 4th down. They'll turn the ball over on downs. So 1:46 to left here in the third. As Preston turns the ball over on downs. He was open for a minute, but Harris had it just go off his hands. So here comes the Bees offense out on the field again. 1st and 10 as they take over the 38-yard line. Perez, handoff up the middle. Lords gets maybe a fumble. The ball's loose. It's on the ground. Preston says they have it. Let's see. As the officials, everybody lines up, looks at each other. 1st down, Preston.
That's a break we may have needed. Now if we can capitalize and get it into the end zone, that'll help bring the student body and everybody back up into.
Lords had a very short gain, a yard, maybe 2 at the most, that somebody stripped the ball out of there. So here we go, 1st and 10. And hold on as timeout on the field as it's going to be called by Bonneville. So timeout, we'll take it here as well. Back in 30 seconds, the Bees on top, 13-0.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
When it comes to all things electrical, Sean Carter and the guys at S&T Electrical should always be your go-to crew. With experience in everything from new construction to repairs, service, and new installations, S&T Electrical is professional and friendly in all they do. Your electrical work will be done right. Call S&T Electric today at 208-852-5878.
This is Sean Carter with S&T Electric in Preston, Idaho. It's what we do.
KACH.
First and 10 Indians after the fumble as they start at the Bees 38. On a homecoming crowd night, boy, there isn't hardly a seat anywhere. As Garrett Ward moves. That'll be a false start against the Indians. That'll cost them 5 yards.
Garrett Ward had a chance to reset, but he didn't. He just stood up and started walking back. So
we told you the Bonneville's committed 10 penalties tonight. For Preston, that's just their 4th flag against them for a total of 25 yards on the game. Ty's going to throw on 1st down. That's out to Smith out in the flat on the right side. Gets back to 5 yards and gets about 5 more on the little swing pass.
And then again, even that pass thrown out to the side was low. Ty's got to get it up there where they can get it, and they can get some momentum running.
2nd down and 5. Give it to Iverson, coming left, gets a seal block from Smith, gets another block from Knapp across the 25, run out of bounds at about the 22. As coming over to complain is Nelson, saying that he was held. No flag on the play. The play stands. That's a big gain for Iverson. As it'll go for another 1st down, all the way down to the 20-yard line.
There's a flag.
Holding.
Personal foul against Bonneville. That's a 15. Well, it's half the distance from where it's at.
How do you make a holding call and then a unsportsmanlike?
Not sure.
But they're going to walk this off now. They'll go half the distance, so it should take the ball down to about the 10-yard line. So apparently, whatever Nelson told the officials didn't like it. As now now they'll walk the ball off as it will go down. They'll spot it at the 10. 1st and 10, 1st and goal for Preston from the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they should be able to drop the chains.
So 1st and 10 Indians. Ty will work out of the shotgun with a minute and 21 left here in the 3rd. Give it to Iverson. Runs into a crowd, so he just buries his head and to keep those legs driving. And he turns it into a positive play as he gets up to the 7.
Yeah, he dropped down and ran underneath the tacklers that time and just kept his feet moving, so that's how he got an extra 3 yards out of it.
It's been a struggle, but he's up, at least on my sheet, up to 68 yards rushing tonight. They send Iverson out wide right. They empty the backfield. Under a minute to play here in the quarter. 53 seconds to play. Is a bad snap. They come after Hyde, and they got him all the way back again, back near the 8-yard line. That'll be a loss of 3. The thing is, everybody knows that Ty can't run.
Right.
So when they empty the backfield, they send the house.
Yeah. When they know they've got him or in the grass, they're going to just pile on him. And Bonneville's one school that could care less whether he played basketball.
That's right. 3rd down and 9. Well, he's a good basketball player, but he can use his moves there when he's in without any blocking in the backfield. When they empty the backfield, he's out there on his own. Clock runs, 15 seconds to play in the quarter. Snap, throw out into the flat is going to be incomplete. They try to throw a little fade route to Smith.
Yeah, he threw it a little bit early because Smith hadn't quite turned the corner and moving out to the end zone out into the end zone. So Isaiah didn't even see the ball coming before Ty had to throw it.
So it's 4th down and 9. Thompson comes off. 10 seconds to play here in the quarter. Down by 13. Preston really has no choice but to go for it here.
Yeah, they've got to be able to close this gap here a little bit and try to get it in. I think it's going to go to Iverson all the way.
But it's 4th and goal. This has got to get in the end zone.
Right.
Snap. Ty's going to roll right. Still running. Throws back across the middle. Touchdown. And then a cheap shot from behind after the catch, as the catch was made, I believe, by Harris. No, it's not Harris. It's 24, Justin England.
Yeah, England was able to come, and he was all alone, and Ty found him. And again, Ty had to throw on his back foot again because he's rolling out. But he made a good throw that time, right into the pocket, into the stomach of...
So Justin England with the touchdown catch. Did you see what happened after England stood up? The guy comes up and gives him a forearm shiver right in the middle of the back and knocked him down. So here's the extra point attempt. Garrett Ward will kick it with Scott Dunn not in uniform tonight. Spot down, the kick is up, and it is good. And Preston's on the board with 5 seconds left to go here in the third. We'll take a timeout as Preston will come back and kick off. They're down by 6 here in the third quarter. It's Bonneville 13, Preston 7.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
It's always refreshing to shop where you know you're appreciated. It's even better when you can get everything you need. Quality parts at fair prices. The team at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest appreciate every customer. They work hard to make sure that you have the right part the first time, on time. Whether it's motorcycles, farm and ranch, lawn and garden, or car and truck parts, you can always get it all at Preston Auto Parts CarQuest. Stop in today at 17 South State Street in Preston.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
So here's the kickoff. Be the final play of the third quarter as Isaiah will drop back and kick it off here for the Indians, who now trail by 6 in the game, 13-7 as they finally get on the scoreboard. Isaiah kicks it away right down the middle. It comes down to Riffschneider at his own 5-yard line. He'll cut it outside, trying to get around Davis. Davis has him and drags him down as he gets just across the 20 up to the 22, and that'll bring the third quarter to an end as the Bees offense will come back out to start the fourth. After 3, it's Bonneville 13, Preston 6.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Interviews, highlights, and analysis with the best in the business. Here we go. Others can talk about the game. Only one source can deliver the goods. And it can only be found right here on the Coach Gary Anderson Show on the Aggie Sports Network from Learfield IMG College.
The Coach Gary Anderson Show, live from Wingers in Logan, Thursday nights at 6 on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH. The fourth quarter of tonight's game is brought to you by Webb Funeral Home.
Whether a loved one passes suddenly and much too soon or after a long and fruitful earthly journey, the families of Northern Cache Valley have known for years they can rely on sensitive and professional care from Webb Funeral Home. Now in their beautiful full-service facility on the south side of Preston, Webb Mortuary urges you to consider the benefits of pre-planning final arrangements in order that your wishes are carried out and difficult decisions are not left to your surviving family members. Make an appointment soon to talk about pre-planning with your friends at Webb Funeral Home.
KACH. KACH.
Start the fourth quarter. 1st and 10 for Bonneville as they'll run it ahead for a couple of yards. Nelson for the short gain. Give him 2 on the play, 2nd down and 8. So Preston turned the fumble into a touchdown, and they trail by only 6 points as we start here in the third. Or check that, into the fourth. High formation behind the quarterback, Perez. He'll give it to Lords. Lords puts his head down, but he runs right into Garrett Ward, and Garrett does a big old bear hug on him, not let him get away.
Garrett Ward and also Harris was right there to help wrap him up, make sure he didn't gain any further yardage once he got grasped by Garrett Ward.
Here comes 3rd down conversion attempt number 11 tonight for the Bees. They've converted 1. So 3rd down here and 6. Big play for the Preston defense to try to get the ball back here early on in the fourth. They put a lineman in the backfield to block. That is Rupert Perquette, number 69. They fake it to him. Perez wants to throw, looking to the far side, and it's caught for the 1st down up to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with Gordon Knapp's height that he wasn't able to tap that ball away, but that fell right into the arms.
It's a gain of
the
15.
Bonneville receiver.
Gain of 15, complete to Sorensen. And the 1st down. 1st and 10 from their 42. Give it ahead to Nelson. Nelson thrown down right about the line of scrimmage as Knapp and Thompson.
Thompson, yeah. I was going to say Thompson, I think, was the first one to reach him.
Give him a yard. That's generous. It's actually about a length of the football, really is about all he got. So 2nd down and 9. Clock runs, 9:40 to play. Again, Perez, toss to Rinschneider, trying to get around the corner. And he does, and he's going down the sidelines, and he's gone. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. No, it's poked away from behind, but it goes out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. Coming up to make the play from behind was Caden Bernard and poked the ball away. And now Riffschneider is hobbling, getting up and trying to make his way back to the bench. But hold on, we got penalty markers way back here at the line of scrimmage.
It seems like every time they get a big play, they've got a penalty.
Look at Isaiah Smith. He's just back here like he's swatting butterflies. Come on back here, boys. Penalties on the offense. So that nullifies a big run.
You wonder how he broke loose over there, because he was almost surrounded, and then something happened and he broke out of that. How he broke out of that on that run is
holding penalty. The 12th marker of the night against Bonneville. The 10-yard penalty really is all the way on the walk-off, but it cost him a heck of a lot more than that.
Yeah, it did.
So it's 2nd down and 17. As they'll give it up the middle, as this goes ahead to Sorensen. He'll get about 4 on the play. It's still going to bring up 3rd down and long again.
And here again, you know, they haven't been that successful with 1st downs, but that last one was a big one. So we got to make sure we're all together on defense.
So it'll be 3rd and 14. Two receivers out here to the left. One receiver right. Willie Nelson is the lone setback as the crowd trying to get into it. The student body making noise. Now they send somebody on late. That's Lords, who lines up on the slot, but that's going to be another walk-off. 5 more yards here against the Bees for too much time. So they had a man out there on that end, Bryce Reeser, and then once everybody got set, he ran off, and Lords ran on.
Yeah, and see, you can't substitute once without giving the defense a chance to substitute.
Third down and 19. Again, the crowd making noise. High snap. Perez able to bring it down. Throws over the middle, incomplete. Threw into a crowd as he tried to get it to Greason Delacki.
They'll definitely punt here. Isaiah Smith or Iverson will be back deep. Looks like Iverson.
So Bonneville is now 2 of 13 on third down conversion attempts. Iverson stands at his own 40 as Sorensen kicks it away. He shanks it again over onto the far sidelines, and it goes out of bounds at about the 48 of the Indians.
48 or 50, right close in there.
Official walking up the sidelines, and boom, right there. Right 49-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Indians from midfield. 8:01 to play here in the contest. Preston down by 6, looking for their 4th straight win, something they haven't done since 2010.
It's time we break that string there.
Next week they're on the road at Minico.
Or add to that string, I guess I want to say.
Stacked receivers, 2 to each side. Iverson the lone setback. They'll throw underneath. As it goes to Smith, breaks a tackle, gets away, and heads up the sidelines. And he'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards before he's knocked out of bounds. Be a gain of 3. It's 5 catches for Isaiah tonight for 45 yards.
Oh.
And out here they tried to get it to Iverson.
And he just slipped.
And slipped as he got back to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, tried to cut up field, and that left foot just went out from under him.
So he'll lose a couple of yards. It'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Three receivers left. Hyde rolls left, throws underneath, and he threw behind Knapp. And now a penalty marker comes in.
Late hit.
That's going to be a roughing the quarterback call on Nelson. And Nelson goes over and looks at the official and says, "What? I didn't do nothing." And Isaiah Smith comes over and says, "You better settle down, son." So this will be another walk-off against the Bees.
Yeah, that's 15 yards plus a first down.
15 yards, and it's going to take the ball all the way down to about the 35, and like you said, it's an automatic first down. Bonneville now has 125 yards in penalties. 1st and 10 from the 35. 7:27 to play. Preston down by 6. Out of the shotgun. Swing it out to Smith. Runs into a man. Gets back to the 40. He's going to lose about 5 yards on the play. On that little swing pass.
Yeah, Tice told the defense exactly what he was doing on that play. He took the ball and he watched for Isaiah to come around the backside on the play. You got to try to disguise that when you're coming around. You got to be looking either the other opposite direction. You telegraph it, it's gonna be caught up with every time.
Iverson runs ahead for 5, gets those 5 yards back.
You have to trust your runners, and they're going to be there on time.
3rd down and 10. fake to Iverson. Fake as Ty is down, slips and puts his knee down all the way back at the 45. So it's going to bring up 4th down and very long as Ty slipped on the damp grass.
The sad thing is he had Gordon Knapp all alone way down the field on the left side.
So it's 4th down and 19 now for Preston.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
6:11 to play, and unfortunately they're to the point where they also have to go for it. Nope, now the coach says, nope, get out of here, as they're going to send in Isaiah Smith, and it'll be a punt situation here. So they'll kick it away. A couple of men finally drop back deep. Really, nobody's really too deep here for the Bees. They expect a fake, and they get it. As it comes to Iverson, and Iverson's going to be well short. As he gets up to the 42-yard line, it's a gain of only 3 yards. You could read that with Braille.
Yeah, they went in the Wildcat right there that time and just hiked it right to Iverson. And as Isaiah faked this kick like he was going to catch it, but didn't fool the Bonneville Bees.
With nobody back deep, you're almost better off just kicking it and let the defense come out and try to go get another 3 and out. But here comes the offense here for the Bees. They too go to a Wildcat. They try to get it to Lords as Sorensen keeps. Gets up to the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 6 on the play. So Sorensen gains 6. 2nd down, call it a 5-yard gain. 2nd to 5.
It's over the
head snap, goes way over his head, and Preston trying to chase it down. The ball's still loose. Looks like the Indians have it at about their 23.
They're going to call it They're going to call it 3rd down because he had it, and the referee blew his whistle just as Zay Davis, I believe. No, it's 32. It was Tate Green, as he pulled the ball out from underneath him. So from Perez, or whoever the kicker wasn't Perez.
The bad snap makes it about a 23-yard loss. 3rd down and 29. Perez has to come back in to throw. Looking. He breaks the tackle, gets away from the sack, still on his feet. Now scrambles some more, still on his feet, has some blockers, and throws too tall.
Incomplete.
Tried to go back to Riff Snyder, incomplete at midfield. It was still going to be short of the 1st down anyway, and now it brings up 4th and long.
You know, I was kind of impressed with Perez on that because he actually got away from a couple of tacklers, started running down the field, but had the ball ready to throw and make the throw downfield. I mean, that was some athleticism right there.
So here's Snyder to punt. Pretty good snap. Better kick. Drives Iverson back to his 35. He has it, comes forward to the 45. Steps out of a tackle. Gets up near midfield, and he's brought down there. So good starting position again for the Preston offense with 4:19 to play.
Do or die series right here, I think. We're close to. We can't turn the ball over or give it back with anything too good. We've got to get maybe a couple of 1st downs or a big play. Either one of them would be fine.
13-7. Bonneville on top. From midfield, the Preston offense goes back to work. 2 receivers to each side. Iverson straight ahead. Gets about 3 on the play. I have Iverson now on 21 carries tonight for 79 yards.
Yeah. He's a workhorse, there's no doubt about that.
They've done a good job keeping him bottled up. Again, they empty the backfield. 5 receivers into the pattern here. And now Ty's going to change the play as he looks over to the sideline. See if they come with the blitz again, knowing that Ty really can't really get away. They do. Here they come. Pump fake comes underneath to Iverson, incomplete. They tried to dive on it. They tried to say that it was a backward pass. It's not.
Yeah,
it's an incomplete
it was
pass. Even the Bonneville sideline begging for a call. They don't get it. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 7.
You know, we haven't had that situation or We've had the situation, but we just haven't had that big play to put the bang in the offense, you know?
So they'll go empty backfield again. Coming after Ty, he's going to throw down the middle. He's got a receiver. It's Harris. Splits the defense, and he's gone. Touchdown.
There's the big play I was talking about, Dan. That's something we needed right there. And look who it was. It was Harris, who's been the step-up guy in a number of the games this year. Big conversion here. We've got to convert or go for two and get the two.
48-yard touchdown pass. They'll go for the extra point. Garrett Ward will kick. Isaiah Smith will hold to give Preston the lead with less than 3.5 to play. Snap, spot. The kick is up, and it is perfect. With 3:25 left, Preston has their first lead of the game. They lead at 14-13. We're back right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
If you think buying a car is hard, stressful, and it takes a long time, you haven't shopped at West Motor in Preston and Logan. We've got a large selection of quality new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford vehicles to choose from. Because we offer great pricing and the buying process is simple, we also have a large inventory of used vehicles to choose from. Buy your next vehicle from a dealership that has provided customers a stress-free, quick, and reliable buying process for decades. West Motor in Preston and Logan. Stop in today or visit us online at westmotorcompany.com.
West Motor Company.
KACH.
Well, Ty found Cole Harris cutting right across the middle, and he split the two safeties and took it 48 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, that was just a good, outright good run by Harris. He saw the end zone and he went for it because he went right between those last two defenders.
So Preston with a lead now as Isaiah Smith will kick it away deep. It's going to land at the 10. He'll have to pick it up at about his own 3-yard line. That is Sorensen. And Sorensen down at the 10.
That's a big play by the Indians in coverage down there, making sure they got down there, and he went nowhere.
Lincoln Bradford and Austin Ward, the first two to get to him. So 1st and 10 as Bonneville had tried their darndest to try to burn the clock, and now with 3:20 left, now they have to try to keep time on the clock.
Right, and this isn't a run situation for them. They're going to have to get the ball down in a hurry and stop the clock if they can.
They go 5 wides as well. Perez in the shotgun, going to slip out of one tackle, still on his feet. Then runs into another man. He's thrown down back at the 5.
And Tate Green, who's been in on a number of plays this year, took him down and just brought him down, was not letting him go. That was a good tackle by Tate Green.
Loss of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 15. The clock runs. We go under 3 minutes. 2:53 to play. Perez again, high snap, has to go up and get it, looking to throw. Now he has to run. Ty's chasing him, and the throw is incomplete, in and out of the hands of Sorensen.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure. He had big Ty Hyde coming in at him with his hands outstretched right in his face. He didn't have much chance to get over. Again, thrown across his body, same situation Ty's been in. Big play for the Bees right here, 3rd down.
Had a man open. Sorensen had a chance for the ball, just couldn't make the catch. And again, the student body below us trying to make noise. Student body, I should say, past and present on homecoming night. 3rd down and 15 to throw. Throws underneath, incomplete.
Big play right there for the Indians.
Pass was behind Riffschneider and short.
You know, as good as Perez has been throwing all night, I'm really surprised. 3 downs like that, 3 passing downs, and he came up short all 3 times. He's been right on the money.
He's now come up empty in 5 of his last 6.
Yeah.
So it's a punting situation. Sorensen's got to stand in his own end zone.
And that's always dangerous because you don't have as much time back there to throw. So the Indians are probably going to blitz in a couple of people here.
Iverson stands at his 40. Kick is not bad. Iverson has it at the 38. Comes forward, breaks a tackle, rolls forward to the 30. As coming up to get a hand on him and really kind of force him down was Tyson Reese.
You know, and a good smart thing by Iverson that time, rather than trying to force it upfield and keeping the run where a chance of fumble, he went down and says, you know, let's take control of this game, run the clock down.
So now it's the Indians' turn. They lead by 1 with 2.5 to play. Now they can try to run the ball and let the clock run and make the Bees burn up their timeouts.
Well, they've already used 2. I think they might be out. They've either used 2 or 3 timeouts. I know they've used 2 this half. I'll be really surprised if they use one too quick here.
You're not far off, I don't think. 1st and 10. They'll give it to Iverson. He breaks a tackle as Nelson came in and grabbed him up around the upper shoulders, but he's able to slip out of that and fall forward for a yard. Although they called a yard loss on the play, and it's 2nd down and 11.
They're going to be smart with the clock here.
Ty comes over to the sideline to get the play from Coach Thorson. Now walks back over to the huddle. And they'll break the huddle with 1:59 to play in the 4th. Preston up by a point after the big touchdown connection to Cole Harris, his cousin. Ty's going to keep it right straight ahead with Iverson leading the way. Gets up to about the 32. They might get that 1 yard back, but more importantly, it's going to let the clock continue to run down to 1:35 and still running.
Right, rather than dropping to a knee, letting the clock run down. Ty Hyde tries to run up the thing and run a little more time off. But we've got to get it into the hands of somebody that can get 2 or 3 yards or run side to side to run the clock down.
It's 3rd down and 11. 1:17 to play. Fake to Iverson, going to lob it up the sideline to Harris again, and it's intercepted. Down inside the 5 as Howell comes away with the interception, and that's the 5th interception of the night.
Unfortunately,
against Hyde.
Unfortunately for the Indians, that gives Bonneville some time on the clock. But
in reality, what it really is as good as a punt.
Right.
And with 1:09 to play, they have the ball at their own 3-yard line.
I question that deep pass. I think that's what they were trying to do, knowing that they were going to try and run it all the time. But the thing of it is you've got to be precise.
As Preston wants a timeout, and with 1:09 to play, we'll take a timeout here as well. Preston up 14-13. We'll be right back.
KACH, MyLocalRadio.com.
More and more people are moving to the Preston area to live and retire. Since 1978, Ralph Construction's been building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community, the only 55-year-old plus community in the city of Preston. Come see the downsized, no-hassle lifestyle that Blue Sage Park offers. Ralph Construction will build to your custom specifications, or you can choose one of their existing floor plans. They're just starting phase 2, so there's plenty of great lots still available. Ralph Construction. Call for more information, 435-232-1837. Lawn care and snow removal included. Blue Sage Park by Ralph Construction, 435-232-1837.
Listen for Dan Hubbard and Preston Indian Sports on KACH.
1st and 10, Bonneville from their own 3. What do you do, John Slaughter?
Well, I think, like I said, I'm expecting a trick play here. The sweep, which has worked for them in the first half, you know.
They empty the backfield.
They're going to go for a throw here.
5 receivers, and
safety.
He's not going to get out of the end zone. He throws it away to avoid the tackle. That's got to be a safety.
It's got to be, because there's nobody around but Gordon Ness.
There's the flag.
Yeah.
And let's see. The white hat threw the flag. He was on his way down and threw the ball to get rid of being tackled in the end zone. The referee comes over, roughing the passer.
No, it's intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding. That's in the end zone. It's got to be a safety. There it is.
There it is. Yep.
So the intentional grounding in the end zone is a safety, and the Preston Indians now go up by 3, 16-13.
Plus we get the ball.
And they get the ball back. So that interception now pays off as good as the punt.
Right.
Pin them back deep in their own end and make them make a play, and they come up empty.
That's where you take raw ingredients that's not going to look like it's going to make much, but it comes out smelling like a cake.
That's right.
Cake can eat it too. Now, no mistakes. Minute and 3. That'll be the key right here. No mistakes.
Just catch this free kick, and then you can take, if they truly don't have any timeouts left, you can just take a knee.
Right. And I really think they are either out or down to 1. It's one or the other. And I think they have to kick from their 20, don't they?
Yes.
Yep. It's a free kick, so
it has to be a punt. You cannot tee it up.
Yeah.
As the special teams coach for the Indians trying to bring people up to the 25, I think they have to be back farther than that.
Yeah, you have to have 5 within 10 yards.
Well, they're going to the 25-yard line. That would mean the kickers have to come from the 15. I think they need to stand at the 30.
Yeah, it has to be within 10 yards. You have to be, otherwise it's an offside. And it has to be kicked before they can cross that, that 10-yard marker.
So the safety gives the Indians a 16-13 lead. This has been a heck of a ball game.
Yeah.
I hope the people listening and watching on mylocalradio.com have enjoyed it as much as we have.
Yep, and I apologize for the camera work sometimes. I get so excited.
Our normal camera person not working tonight because he dressed. He's normally on the JV team, but he suited up for the varsity game tonight. Now, see if they're going to let him tee it up. A free kick, by definition, is a punt, not a kickoff.
Yeah, and I was going to say something, but I didn't, and it's okay, because I think that's why they call it a free kick, because it can go either way. They're going to try an onside here.
Ramon Flores will kick. It is an onside kick, and it's fallen on at the 35-yard line by the Indians.
That ran about 6 seconds off the clock, 7.
And then number 50, Isaac Wilcox, whoever covered the ball for the Indians, Wilcox went over and smacked him upside the head right in front of the officials with no call. So 1st and 10 Preston with 1:02 to play. 16-13 they lead. They're 62 ticks away from winning their 4th straight, something they haven't done since 2010. And I'm going to have to go deep into the archives to find the last time they won 5 in a row.
I think 2010.
Ty's going to line up in the victory formation as he'll take a knee. Clock runs. We're under a minute. They'll have to snap it one more time. So 5 interceptions tonight for Ty. He has 11 on the year.
Not an outstanding night for the Indians, but on the other hand, good enough to win.
It's good, a tough defense put on by Bonneville.
Yes.
As Ty will again take a knee with 27 seconds left.
And that should do it.
And that should do it. As they can just let the clock run down to 18. Yep. And Coach Iverson's signaling the boys to come on over. And this one's in the books. So 14 points in the fourth quarter by Preston, as they get a long scoring pass from Ty Hyde to Inglet of 9 yards, and then a 48-yard touchdown pass about halfway through the quarter to Cole Harris, and that ends up being the only points that Preston got tonight, plus the safety late, and they end up winning it by the final score of 16-13. They've won 4 in a row. They haven't done that since 2010. We'll come back and we'll recap this one for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. The post-game show is coming up next.
Tonight's game has been brought to you by West Motors, with Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks, all available right here in Preston. By Franklin County Medical Center, with the finest care you'll find in all of the Cache Valley. By Stokes Market, True Value. By Rouse Construction, building custom homes in the Blue Sage Park community of Preston. By Webb Funeral Home, just off Highway 91 at the south end of the city of Preston. By Valley Implement. By Preston Auto Parts, CarQuest on State Street in downtown Preston. By Advantage Plus Federal Credit Union. By Idaho Salvage, where you can turn your scrap metal into cash. By S&T Electric. And by MyLocalRadio.com. Now stay tuned for the postgame show. Coming right up.
The Limbic Arc may help you or someone you know be more calm. It's simple to use. Find out more by logging on to mylocalradio.com and clicking on the Limbic Arc logo. Check it out now. Visit mylocalradio.com and click on any Limbic Arc logo.
Advertise your open positions on the radio. You'll be amazed how quickly you see a response. You'll reach more people for less. The Job Stop includes radio and internet advertising. Call us for more info. We're a local company with a toll-free number, 833-856-9625. That's 833-856-9625.
Are you looking for a different kind of spot for lunch, dinner, or to do catering for your next event? Then try the Island Bowl Grill inside Poppin' Pins right here in Preston. At Island Bowl Grill, they have the best Hawaiian fare in the area. The combination of teriyaki and Korean influences can only be described in one way: mouth-watering. Offering 3 different catering options, Island Bowl Grill can host your next party in-house at Poppin' Pins Bowling Center. You can pick up for takeout, or they can come right to your house and prepare the food on site for your next party. What could be easier? Go to poppinpins.com for more information on Island Bowl Grill, or call 208-425-6128. Poppin' Pins Bowling Center, 411 South US Highway 91 in Preston.
When the time finally comes to deliver your new little one, the comforts of home are vital. Franklin County Medical Center understands, and that's why the new maternity suites are designed with a warm family atmosphere, spacious rooms complete with sleeping accommodations for your partner, and state-of-the-art birthing equipment. At Franklin County Medical Center, your new arrival will be welcomed into the world safely, and the expert staff will ensure you're relaxed and comfortable. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
Across the FM airwaves, we're heard at 105.5. On the far-reaching AM dial, we're at 1340. And on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Wherever you find us, we are KACH, Preston, Smithfield.
This is the Preston Indians postgame show. Coming up, we'll recap tonight's game, take a look at the final stats, and a look at other games from around the area on the Ron Keller Tires scoreboard.
Well, welcome back here to homecoming as the homecoming crowd goes home happy as they watch their Preston Indians come back from 13 down in the fourth quarter and win it 16-13 going away.
Yeah, due to a couple of big plays and a safety at the end to kind of really get it out of reach. Well, because they would have had to gone for a touchdown either way. So
they would have. So for Preston, they now are 4-1 on the year. They've won 4 straight, the first time they've done that since the 2010 season, and pick up a hard-fought win here tonight before going back out on the road next week as they head to Minico. Let's talk about this one, John Slaughter. They were down 13-0 at the beginning of the fourth quarter, but it was a fumble that Preston was able to recover right about midfield, and they turned it into a short touchdown.
Yeah, when the second half started off, and they kicked off with when Bonneville kicked off with an onside kick, and they recovered it, I thought, oh no, we're in trouble here. But let's go back to where earlier where we said Preston is a second half team. They don't get down on themselves. They try harder when the clock's starting to run down. And you notice that especially in the fourth quarter. That's when their big plays came. That's when people started stepping up. That's when we started moving the ball. And like I say, some big plays. The one to Inglet and the one to Harris at the end. And then the safety with the full defensive backs to get the safety.
Yep.
So, that's how football is. You can't let your guard down at any time, and if you do, you got to try to stay up.
Yep, absolutely. Let's talk about, like you talked about, after the recovering of the fumble, they drove it down. It was 3rd and 9 from the 9-yard, 3rd and goal from the 9-yard line, and Ty Hyde found Justin Inglet over the middle in the end zone, and that got them on the board. The extra point made it 13-7.
Right.
A few possessions later, with about 5 minutes to go in the game, Ty Hyde had another long play, another long 3rd down attempt, dropped back and found Cole Harris on a little crossing pattern deep down the middle. He caught it, split the two safeties, and ended up taking it 48 yards for the touchdown that tied the game. The extra point put Preston up 14-13, and then in the final minute or so, they threw the deep interception. It was 1st and 10 for Bonneville at their own 3-yard line. On the 2nd down pass attempt, Perez was going down and caught for intentional grounding in the end zone. That was the safety that it ended up being really the go-ahead points and the difference in the game.
Well, and the thing of it is he did get rid of the ball and throw it, but there was nobody but a blue shirt. Gordon Knapp was the only one near the ball within 30 feet of the ball. And so that's why it was intentional. He wasn't out of the pocket or anything else. Not that matters in high school, but yeah, that had to be called, and it took the officials a little bit of time to talk that over and see where they were.
Yep, exactly. But it ended up being a safety, and Preston went on to win it by the final score tonight of 16-13. The tough loss tonight for the Bonneville Bees. They slip to 1-4 on the year, and that ends up another loss for them of 7 points or less.
Yes, that's the thing, and I have to admire. I saw some really good things out of Bonneville, and coach is probably going, what have I got to do to win?
Right.
But that's just it. When you think of what they have, 15 penalties. How many penalties did they have?
Something like 15. Let me get you the exact number. 14 penalties for 125 yards.
That is going to be your backbreaker. Yes. You can look at that on film, but every time you move back, even if you've got the lead, it's gonna cost you.
Absolutely.
Kids get frustrated. They do things that they probably shouldn't. They lose concentration of what's going on. Receivers, quarterbacks, they all have problems.
Right. You look at all those penalties, all those penalty flags, and most of those ended up being in a situation that put them at 2nd and 3rd down and 20 or 25 yards.
Exactly.
Have to try to pick up, and they weren't able to, and those are drive killers.
Yeah, absolutely. Anytime you've got, even you get to a 3rd and 4th down, you got double chains to cross, more than 10 yards.
Yep.
It's tough, and everybody, defense, home crowd, visitors, they all know what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
And unless it's a broken play, it's very tough to get down through double chains on a 3rd and 4th down.
Preston wins it 16-13. We'll come back and look at the stats right after this.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Welcome to West Motor Ford. We love happy customers. With multiple financing options, it's easy to drive your new vehicle home. We offer a full line of new Fords and a constantly changing pre-owned vehicle inventory. Our service department is top-notch with technicians trained for everything from routine maintenance to major repairs. With a large selection of parts and accessories, including tires, we've got you covered. So come in and let us turn up your happy meter. Visit West Motor Ford in Preston today.
In addition to local information and the best live coverage of local sports, you can stream music 24/7 at mylocalradio.com. Log on and choose the music you like best. Classic or modern country, indie, adult contemporary, or classic rock, stream it live through your computer or cell phone. Listen to the music you want and don't miss the information you need. Like us on Facebook and visit mylocalradio.com today.
KACH, mylocalradio.com.
Well, let's look at the stat sheet tonight as we go through the wrap-up here. Passing-wise for Ty, kind of a tough night. 14 of 28 for 176, but he had the 2 touchdown passes. So it ends up being a successful game anyway for Ty. Running the ball, Isaiah Smith carried twice for 14 yards. Ty High carried it 6 times for a -1. Andrew Iverson, who they did a good job bottling up tonight, he carried the ball 22 times unofficially for only 78 yards. Isaiah Smith caught 5 passes for 45. Garrett Ward 1 for 26. And Iverson caught 1 for 1 yard. Gordon Knapp caught 1 for 9 yards. Cole Harris, 5 catches for about 80 yards and the touchdown. And Justin Inglet caught 1 for 9 yards, also a touchdown. Preston had 11 first downs in the game. They only had 4 penalty flags against them for a total of 25 yards. For Bonneville, Perez goes 6 of 18 for 173 and a touchdown. Lords carried the ball 12 times for 25 yards. Shorts, I should say, let me get the name right. Riff Schneider, I should say, carried the ball 4 times for 11. Perez on the scramble 7 times for 10 yards. He carried the ball. Sorensen 4 carries for 29 yards. Willie Nelson 4 carries for 9 yards. And the big number that we already talked about, John, 14 penalty flags tonight against Bonneville for 125 yards.
Backbreaker. Yeah, the interesting thing about tonight's game for me is, win or lost, it was a team effort.
Yes.
Because they're normally our key players, they couldn't do anything. Iverson really didn't get his yardage, and even though he had a number of carries. Ty was off on his throws tonight a little bit. And we had enough to win. We got some good plays in the fourth quarter, but we had some young Inglet stepped up. Who was some of the other ones? Harris stepped up. Not Richardson.
Tate Rawlings.
Tate Rawlings, big night.
Huge night.
Big night for Tate Rawlings as he came in and a number of tackles. Plus,
right.
He just did everything he could on defense tonight.
You're right. Everybody played well. Preston had a hard time getting the offense going, and credit the Bonneville defense. They kept them bottled up. But finally, the big plays were finally able to come true in the end, as Preston able to win it by the final score of 16-13. We'll take our final break. We'll come back and wrap up tonight's broadcast right after this.
KACH, mylocal.radio.com.
Football season is back. Reignite your spark right here. Aggie football on the Aggie Sports Network.
The Aggies return home this Saturday as they host Colorado State. Pregame is at 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. The kickoff is at 5:30.
Follow the Aggies all season long on 105.5 FM and AM 1340 KACH Preston, Cache Valley's home for Utah State Athletics.
In Franklin County, they know it's what's on the inside that really matters. That's why they offer advanced radiology and imaging using the latest in technology, performing x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, nuclear testing, ultrasounds, mammography, and much more, right in Preston, Idaho. With short wait times and a highly skilled staff available around the clock, they'll help you reach a diagnosis quicker. Make sure your doctor knows you want to save time and money closer to home. Let them be the next to take your picture. Franklin County Medical Center, where hospitality and excellence meet.
KACH.
Welcome back. Post-game show. Preston wins 16-13. We'll wrap up tonight's broadcast. John, final thought for you on the game.
Well, what I'm thinking about is, as I'm sitting here watching this game and we're down the first half, actually the first 3 quarters, I'm sitting there going, I know this club here does not get down on themselves, and they continue to fight all the way through to that last 12 minutes. And me, I'm probably not that strong, but it's so impressive to see these young men pour their heart out when they're down, and they come through on some terrific plays. This isn't the first game.
No.
We've said that time in almost every game tonight up to this point. And and I think they may have overlooked Bonneville just a little bit with the record coming in. But when you look at their defense has played well against everybody. Hillcrest had to come from behind. Other teams may have had to come behind. I don't know. But, that's the thing. These kids are not, they're so resilient. They can just go and play right till the last second.
Luck is the residue of preparation.
Right.
And Coach Eric Thorson will never let his team come into a game not prepared.
Yeah.
And they end up, in the end, with being successful and end up winning it by the final score of 16 to 13. John, thanks for your help tonight.
Happy to be here.
And we'll talk to you again next Friday. As that'll bring tonight's game to a close. Next game for the Preston Indians will be next Friday, as we'll hit the road again, John and I, as we will go to Minico next Friday night, as the Indians will face the Minico Spartans. The pregame show gets started at 6:30. The kickoff is at 7 o'clock. You can hear the game here live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on the internet at mylocalradio.com. Our next broadcast will be next Thursday, when the Lady Indians volleyball team will once again take the court here at Preston Gym, as they will play host to the Jerome Tigers. That match gets underway about 7:30 next Thursday night, and you can also hear that match live on FM 105.5 and AM 1340 KACH and on mylocalradio.com. So that'll wrap up our broadcast here for tonight of Preston Indian football. The executive director of Preston Broadcasting Sports is Val Cook. Our studio coordinator tonight is John Beverly. For John Slaughter, I'm Dan Hubbard. Thanks for listening. As we remind you of the final score, Preston wins it in the end. Going away, they've won 4 straight as they win it 16 to 13 tonight over the Bonneville Bees. For John Slaughter, I'm Dan Hubbard. Have a great weekend, everybody, and we wish you a very pleasant good night. Thank you for listening to the Preston Indians postgame show. This broadcast has been a production of Preston Broadcasting LLC and was intended for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Use of any portion of this production, its accounts or descriptions, in whole or in part, may not be used or rebroadcast without the express written permission of Preston Broadcasting LLC.